A podcast that took a little hiatus. The Ford and FOKLZ podcast. Woo!
On a different day, different time. It's a lot of difference.
Well, different energy, maybe. Oh, how are you feeling about the whole thing, mate?
I'm okay. I've been up since like 10 a.m.
Don't
now, so
lie. Don't lie, because I've seen your tweets. We haven't spoken properly in weeks. And I still know when there's an angry Reece. So, come on. You can be honest.
I don't even know. Sometimes I don't even have the energy anymore. I, I don't know. Like it's. I've been so fatigued. I think from the just sheer amount of football that's been going on. Like I think it's very hard to explain to people that like don't work in a primarily like football sphere, even if it's content or whatever it is. Like every single, like literally, we came off the Champions League final. Then a week later, you got the World Cup, and then that's just been non-stop. And then there's things going on in the background with oh my god, they just choked. That's crazy. With Arsenal, there's things going on with other things as well. So it's just been like there's just been so much going on, and I've been hoping and waiting for this World Cup to end and being like, oh yes, great. I don't have to watch football. I can get a break because a lot of it was just painful. Like I genuinely have felt like this World Cup has been good, but there has been so many painful games, painful watches, painful just people in it. Like the casual, like it's the laughing of it all. Like people can't casually like something and just like try to learn. They have to know they have to pretend they know
Yeah.
everything, and it's a pain in the ass sometimes. Like when people are very disrespectful to a sport that I do care about a lot. So I'm just like I'm so over it, and yeah, it's just and then we finally get to the end of the World Cup. Oh yeah, happiness, happiness, and then all this Arsenal stuff happens, and I'm like, oh my god, it's just such a pain in the ass. It's been an awful summer so far.
We're back on a positive note, aren't we? Oh, mate. Yeah. I mean, it's mad because well, those of you that don't know, so Reece and I were up at the parade. We're up for the Champions League final, actually, the night before, weren't we? Which is hilarious, trying to find out where you were, walk into a bar, and there you are, the only person in the bar. Most bizarre, like when people do gaming, you know a bit about gaming, Reece, and they've definitely, they've got some plot. Let's put it that way. It was a bit like that. It really made me chuckle. And those of you that don't believe that Reece won't watch the games, I mean, I've never seen a man so nervous for a game. Like, I genuinely felt for you during that. Like, I felt awful for you during that game.
It's worse because we took the lead, 100%, 120%. But it's the same with the England game on Wednesday. I was absolutely fine watching it, and then we scored, and I was like, I'm nervous. I hate watching this. I don't want to watch this anymore. I just hate it. It's so much easier when it's 0-0 because there's no expectations. It's fine.
Yeah,
It's
that is
taking
true.
the lead and sitting there in a low block watching you defend. I've watched Arsenal do it too much, far too much this season, and the final was just the pinnacle. I didn't watch the second half of the final or the extra time or the pens, and I never will watch it. So I do not care. It's never going to happen. So it is what it is.
Oh, that will never ever leave me, unfortunately, watching that. Oh my
It
God.
was funny because I left you with all my mates. And I didn't see my mates until they came back at like 1 a.m. I didn't see them all night. I was just sitting at home, just chilling all day, basically. I was just watching COD or something, probably like I always do. And I just wasn't engaging with anyone. And they all came back like 7 hours later, and I just didn't see any of them the whole time. It's
Well,
just so yeah.
Nick's here, so Nick went to the parade. Obviously, we had a very different evening because after the game, I don't think I spoke. I probably didn't speak for like 10 minutes. I was just sat there in silence at one point, and then I just said, "Oh, I just want a cup of tea." So we walked to a cafe after the Champions League and just sat more or less in silence between the two of us and had a cup of tea or a coffee. It was like the most surreal ending to that the whole saga, the whole journey of the Champions League. It was bizarre. But
I see.
ooh, Before I forget, actually, I need to say this. I need to do it on a different knock as well. But shout outs to Malik, Addy, and Dominic, because it was the more bizarre thing was that people actually recognized me at the parade and on the train. It was so funny. There was a guy that was asking me, like, "Oh, do you do a podcast?" And stuff. He could overhear me and Nick chatting. And I could see these guys sat down looking at me. And when I said yes, there was this thing of like, and I'm presuming that it definitely is Forder then. And then someone was like, Forder, is that you? So it was, yeah. I mean, nice to be recognized and nice also to be recognized and then not lambasted or something for something I've said. So that was cool. That was wicked. But I mean, and now we're at this point. So as we say, it's been a really long, what, month? Is it been about a month now? Over a month
It's
now?
about 7 weeks, 6, 7 weeks.
Oh,
Very long
it's
time.
crazy,
It
isn't
was
it?
because that was the parade. This was the day before my birthday, so obviously that whole weekend was crazy. I actually am so thankful that the parade was the day after the final because even
Yeah,
though we lost, it was such an easy bounce back. I mean, my vibe was higher than most people's anyway because I didn't watch the game, so I didn't care. I went in, I didn't care, but I was so relieved when it was over. I said this to a lot of people that I was just so even though we lost on pens, I was so relieved that I genuinely didn't have to watch Arsenal for 3 months. Like I genuinely in my head was like, oh my God, I can just relax and stop stressing because I stress more than anyone about this all the time. And I was like, I just want to have some fun. I
yeah,
apparently the World Cup was also just the first 2 weeks of the World Cup were like fun and happiness. And then it just becomes stress after. And I don't even care about England that much, but it just became that. And but I was like, uh, I was just happy it was over in many ways, and the parade was such good vibes. Like it was
yeah,
such a good vibe. We were there from like we had to walk all the way from one of the stations because they closed it. So it was like an hour walk. And then it was really hot, but we got a good spot in the end. We had these like 30-pound buzz balls, and everyone kept coming up to us being like, where'd you get this buzz ball from? Where'd you get this buzz ball? And then we had like the thing that you blow to make a noise, and we put that in a cone, and we were going crazy, and everyone was just looking at us. And then we just kept starting chants, and then like this other group of guys came over because they were like we were like starting the vibe, so they came and joined us, and there was like a massive group of us, and it was just vibey. It was so vibey. And then after it, we walked all the way back up to like the stadium, like the route back. Met so many people. It was genuinely a great time. The streets were great. I met
yeah.
Troops, which is hilarious because I've met Troops twice now, and I didn't want to meet him either time. So it's just randomly bump into him. But yeah, it was just good
The
vibes.
question
Then
is, did he know who you were?
no, he definitely won't. I mean, bro, no. Look at this guy tweets, and I'm like, oh my god, there's some things I just cannot speak. But I don't know, we walked all the way to Camden as well. I was knackered
Oof.
by the end of the day. And then I got a Wendy's, the first ever time I've had a Wendy's, and it was lovely at 1 a.m. And then we got a 50 quid taxi, like down like not even that far, or to go home. But it was a so vibey day. I'm happy that I stayed on the Sunday so I could have that full day. And
Mhm.
then went back on the Monday. So I was definitely in much more higher spirits. I was still a bit disappointed, but it was just it is what it is. I was more confident. I was more happy. Like even when I messaged you, I was like, it's fine. We'll get like, I'm not too down on it given this season, but this summer has not done great to my confidence. I will say that in this team.
I mean, well, England game's on right now, 4-0. I mean, um, alt theory is saying, why is Henderson coming on? I mean, what? That's a whole disaster in itself, isn't it? Like prior to this game, hadn't even made it onto the pitch, yet was booked and injured. Like, what? Just there's so many things wrong with this
Well,
tournament.
he's
It's-
played like 12 minutes, but Mainu's not played at all.
I
And
know.
now Mainu's injured for this game. Apparently, they brought Ollie Watkins on at half time. That's the first minute he's played this tournament, guys. Great, well done,
And then
mate.
meanwhile, like Roger, I've got Rogers on the mind now.
Oh, you
Um,
said it.
Rice and Saka being forced to start this game, and albeit, I mean, both doing really well, but it's that thing of like, just go home, go home. Neither of you are fully fit. Why on earth are you playing this game of all games? It's just so frustrating, like watching. Oh,
It is funny. Like it's just so funny. It's so funny how like I don't want to talk about England too much because it is over, and I don't care anymore, and I didn't particularly care anyway. But like, it is just so funny quickly on the how bad of man management Tuchel has managed his team. Because I said before the tournament that I don't agree with all the decisions of players he made, but if he plays them and finds a way to make them work, I'm not going to cry too much. Mbappe just scored. And he didn't. He didn't. The wingers made no sense. The right wing made no sense. The midfield made no sense. The fullbacks made no sense. Barring Spence. Spence was the only player that I was like, yeah, valid. And even before the tournament started, I said valid. Reece James was not even that good in this tournament, I don't think. But I would still understand why he brought him. But yeah, absolute mess overall. Just man management mess. And that Argentina game was a hilarious way to go out, I think. A funny way for a guy that speaks about it's like Arteta. You know when James made that James on that podcast said that he didn't understand Arteta's uh the things that he was saying. He doesn't think always connects to like what he's doing on the pitch. And this is
Mhm.
exactly what he meant by that of like managers like Arteta coming out and being like, we're gonna play with confidence, we're gonna play with, we're gonna get at
Yeah.
teams and then sitting in a low block. It's like that is what James meant by that. And he got loads of stick for it. And I was like, no, it makes sense what he said. That's exactly what Tuchel has done. The exact same thing. It's like, don't
Yep.
come out and say all this stuff and then do the opposite. You know what I mean? It's like,
Are you Tuchel in, out, shake it all about? Where are
I
you?
don't really care. Like, if we get the only person that I would consider sacking him for is probably Pep, but like,
Mm.
I just don't care enough. Like, he could stay for the Euros. The Euros, in my opinion, I understand there's European teams still in this competition, but it is a lower competition. Like, I think he could. I mean, Gareth Southgate almost won the Euros, and we were awful in the last Euros.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
I don't know. Like, I don't really care. Like. Yeah, I keep him, I guess, because the options are crap. I don't know. It's kind of
Yeah,
one
I
of
think
them.
I was like, just keep him. I don't see the much point in getting rid of him after one tournament. But at the same time, he's just put that lineup out, so just get rid of him.
You know what? That's so funny you said that because oh my God, my DMs with my mates in the last 3 hours have been crazy. I've been going off. I don't think anyone's been replying. It's just me, just talking to myself. But when I was going, obviously, I had this whole rant about like Rodgers and everything. And then when I saw him play Saka and Rice, I had this whole rant in there, and I was like, "Get rid of him! I've had enough." That was the line that for me. I didn't care about the Argentina game. He played them in this game. Get him out.
I mean, it's so annoying. It's so frustrating as an Arsenal fan right now to watch like Bukayo Saka hardly play any of the minutes, still come up with the goods, and then people have the audacity to be like, "Oh, he's not world class. Oh, he's no good." Ugh. It's like, have you seen what he's doing, like assist wise, and then of course in this game scores what two, like just it's so annoying. And then you've got was it Adrian Durham coming out and saying it's Arsenal's fault, more or less, that England haven't gone further because they've run the players into the
A
ground.
few
Like
people have
like
said
we should go
this.
in the final day of the season. Do you know what? Let's not play Declan Rice. Or like a Champions League fight. Like, oh no, we'll play Madwaka in Champions League
Bro,
final, and then we'll play
bro, so many
like
people have said this
Norgard
as
in the middle,
well.
shall we?
The tactics board, who is a guy on TikTok who I do really respect. I think 99% of his opinions are like valid. He literally did the same TikTok where he was like, "Oh, England lost because of Arteta," and then said the same things. And I was like, "What?" And I literally did a reply to it on TikTok, being like, "That is just dumb." Like, I was like, "I'm sorry, but like." Arteta hasn't managed the team perfectly well. I think I would admit
Mm.
that more than anyone. But like, it's not on his responsibility to care about England at the end of the day. And
No.
also, like, I have been saying for 18 months, like, there's literally clips of me and shorts and videos of me 18 months ago saying, Declan Rice, why does he play every friendly? Why does he play every qualifier? You need to find a way, England, to play without him because what if he's not fit for the World Cup? You can't rely on that. And
Mhm.
I know he's been at this World Cup, but he's not been fit. And when he's come off of the pitch, they've had no idea. And what other midfielders has he played this tournament? Like, that is it, really, isn't it? It's literally
Yep.
just him and Anderson. No one else. So I'm sorry. You might as well bring James Garner, Wharton, Alex Scott. You might as well bring them if you need contingency plans in football. I think it's so naive of people just to be like, yeah, you're going to be our starting player and that's it. And we're going to hope for you forever. And like, what? Like, I don't know, man. I just
We've
think,
seen
like,
that too many times. Like he could have easily
yeah.
been managed. So when we get to the semi-final, then we. But then at the same time, I guess we've kind of scrape by in this World Cup on moments. Like Bellingham, quite honestly, without his big moments, I don't know what would have happened. But yeah, like I say, it's just frustrating. Should we chat about Morgan Rogers?
We
Should we
even even
just
we even even spoken it like last time that we spoke, like Rogers was like I don't even know if he was that linked, like maybe a little bit, but like not
yeah.
really. Like we weren't even talking about transfer stuff because obviously it's all about Champions League and stuff. So a lot of that was like very far in the future. Last time I spoke about Rogers on this podcast, I basically said that I don't think he scales up well to big teams because they're not going to do what he wanted, and then he was going to sign for Arsenal, and I was like, okay. I was like, for months I've been like, it's so funny because I've literally been on other platforms. I've made shorts for other companies where I have criticized Rogers and said that I don't think he's going to scale up well. And then he was going to sign for Arsenal, which I thought was hilarious. I was like, the one player that I've said this about as well. No one else.
Did you start to come around to the idea of him? Could you like get past, your because I look at it and go, well, there's obviously this drive to have someone of his ilk and maybe to help with as like I don't want to say as a second striker because that's a bit lazy, but I think maybe in terms of like aerially and just physically, but for me, he's never been top of my list, which is probably why I'm not as bothered as a lot of people are. Like the whole thing is crazy, really. But yeah, did you start coming round to him, or did you just go like yeah, I don't get it. I don't want
Well,
him.
very topical actually, because Bradley Barcola has just scored, and he will be a player that I think is relevant to talk about.
Just Tom says, as a almost scored the goal at the tournament, and then straight after, this Barcola guy looks decent. Yeah, he does look pretty decent, doesn't he?
It's so funny to me because there's even tweets from me like a week and a half ago being like I still prefer Barcola, like I still do prefer Barcola, and
Yeah.
I've been adamant that I don't like. I think Barcola's got problems, but the market's awful. Like he is probably the only person I look at and go, wow, I think there's something we could do there. There's a lot of players I don't look at that and but like I was literally making today, I recorded a video, I was editing it, and it was literally about how Rodgers is going to fit as a left winger primarily, like exactly how I think he's going to set up in the left wing for Arsenal and how he's going to work. I was editing it. I didn't get that far into editing it, luckily. And then
I
I
can
looked at
only imagine the anger as you're editing it and that news breaks.
the more annoying thing is I released the short, which is like a shorter version of the same video. I literally spoke about Rodgers being left wing. It came out, I had it scheduled for 5 p.m. And I'll get messages being like, oh, I saw it as I saw the David Ornstein tweet. And I was like,
Oh,
I put it on every platform as well. I put it on Insta. I never post on Insta. And I'm getting flamed on
so
Insta
it's
now.
your fault.
No,
You've
it's
jinxed it. That's what
definitely
it is.
not my fault. Mr. Octopus is his fault. It's nothing to do with me. And I was like, I've only just come around to it. I do think there is. I still think Rodgers' issues there because I think it's okay when a team goes man to man and there's certain aspects of it, but I don't love it when Barcola just fouled Rodgers. Wow, that's that's typical. That's weird. I find it. I find it are just a weird fit generally because against low blocks, against mid blocks, you're asking a lot from our fullbacks, which we have never got reliability from, right? We've never
Yep.
got reliability that Calafiori's going to sit on the wide areas. He likes moving around. And Capier is so scared to go forward sometimes. He doesn't do that enough.
Mhm.
So is that going to happen? Is Eze going to do that as well? Like with him, do they work together? I mean, maybe in some ways. I don't know. There's a lot of question marks I had over it, but I knew there was talent there. He was young and he was physical. You
Yeah.
know, that's the big thing, isn't it? He's strong. He's 6'2". That's all that Arteta cares about at the end of the day. He's strong and he's big. He doesn't care about anything else. It doesn't matter how bad you are, but if you're strong and you're big, then it's fine. So I was like, oh, okay, fine, it will work, I guess. But I don't know. The more that it went on, I was pretty happy with it, and I was like, yeah, okay, sure. I didn't love the money, but I think people need to. I see a lot of coping on Twitter recently where people are like, oh, um, I didn't think we should pay 170 mil for Rodgers, so I'm happy that we haven't done it. And it's like, well, that's not really the point. Like, and that shouldn't be the point. It's the same idea that I have about the Monga thing. The point isn't if you think in Arsenal should pay 10 mil or not. The point is we're missing out on talents because we're faffing around for weeks. And no matter who and what target you want to get, the same situation is going to be applicable. Barcola, the same thing. Diamande, if we try and get him in, same thing. If you try and buy any single player, you're going to have to pay one, big bucks, and two, hurry up. You can't just sit around going, I don't know, we'll scout Barcola when he plays Sweden this week. It's like, what are we doing? I've watched 14 hours of Barcola's content. How are you not scouted him? Even I've done it. I'm not paid to do that. I just sit and make YouTube videos. Like, to me, it's so crazy that, like, with this with this slow at acting, everyone's been telling me it's the World Cup, it's the World Cup. And I've been like, okay, we'll see. It's clearly not the World Cup because we could, I don't know if you've seen all the stuff about Rodgers, but we could have signed Rodgers 3 weeks ago for £100 million. And we were like, no, no, no. And then all the deals happened. And then that made his price go up, and then we didn't want to pay over 100 mil. And it's like, what are we doing? I don't love Rodgers, but if he's your number one target, you have to try and do things right. Like, that is what it comes down to. And I think, to me, it's bad. It just really shows like awful intent, awful just business generally, whether I like Rodgers or not as the fit. And I don't know, man, like, it's just a weird one. I think I've always still preferred Barcola, but I would have been fine with Rodgers. And now I'm not even sure if we're going to get Barcola, to be honest, because I think we're so far behind Liverpool in that regard that I don't know what wingers are we going to get.
This is the problem. I said that to Alex earlier. I went on different, not plus. And I said to him, the bigger picture and my bigger worry, like right now, in isolation, I'm not bothered because I look at him and I think Barcola's better. I think Diamande's better. Like, I prefer their profiles and what they give us. I also looked and was like, God, if we're bringing in Solis and Rodgers and Martinelli leaves, we're really lacking pace. Like, across all areas of the pitch, we're really lacking pace. But my biggest worry is that if this isn't done, then we're going to move on to, say, Barcola, but we know Liverpool want Barcola. And it's like, oh, okay, Diamande, but PSG want Diamande. So then it's like, okay, those two have gone. Where do you go then? Vinny? Well, that's a hell of a lot of wages. So that comes with its own set of problems financially. And then to get him out there, you're talking, I mean, that's a bloody hard deal to do. Then you're going to go down the pecking order. It's like, well, do we go back for Nico Williams, which is something that I've kind of heard on the grapevine that might be happening. And then Kenan Yildiz, maybe not Noosa, or I don't know. Like, that, really, there's not many options now. And it starts to become like this merry-go-round of, well, you're just missing out on all these players. I like, even with like Alvarez. Alvarez has been linked to Barca. That's obviously his like number one destination. Krupi has had interest from Spurs, and we know that they haven't been shy with their money so far. Like, the market is crazy at the moment, and I don't know. I just worry if something doesn't happen soon, and like you say, like, but Berta keeps dithering, what effect will have that long run. On the flip side, I'm going to go with some like positivity here. I'd much prefer to be in the situation where we are now than having Edu in charge of the situation, trying to get a big deal on the line. I just don't know. And there are, like I said, there are other options and options I prefer. I'm just hoping, that this whole thing has come out that it is Arteta's number one signing. So I was chatting to Nick earlier and I was saying, I hope that it was Arteta's number one scenario rather than player. So maybe like they've looked at it as a whole and they've gone, well, look, we need a midfielder, we need a left winger. We're probably actually going to have to bring another one in Solis. We're also looking at a centre forward. We're looking at a right back or a centre back. We're looking at multiple areas. We can only spend certain amounts, which is, I think, primarily why Bruno is like such a big target, because I think he ticks so many boxes for a certain price. So I'm hoping that it's like number one scenario is getting Rodgers through the door, and then you go get a Bruno, because the club thought if we go out and get an Alvarez, we can't do that other work. So, I don't know. copium right now. But
it's so bad. Like I can't lie. Like as someone who is really positive, I actually genuinely right now sitting here think I think our summer's chalked. I genuinely don't think we're going to get a good summer. I wasn't. I can't
don't
see.
say that, mate.
I can't envision
Give
it
me
by
some
what.
hope.
But what I've heard and by what I know, I just don't think we're doing anything. I don't, and I've said this for 3 weeks. I made a short 3 weeks ago, being like, guys, I genuinely don't think Arsenal are doing anything.
I did see
And
that.
then people were like telling me like, no, calm down. I'm like, I'm the one that always says that to everyone else, and I'm like, I genuinely don't think we're as a club doing anything. I don't have any indication that we are. And then Hand of Arsenal did that post about 2 weeks ago, and since he did that, I was like, yeah, it's chalked. I know it's chalked. I know we're not doing
Yep.
anything. I know we're waiting for the like. Barcoda right now is been talking to Liverpool like quite a lot all the time, and we haven't spoke to him in weeks because we've been trying to get Rodgers. We randomly bidded today, I think, for Rodgers for 100 mil. Panic, because we knew we weren't getting him. What are we doing? Like it's just constant. If I was Arteta, I wouldn't sign a new deal. I wouldn't. I would be like constantly. You guys have let me down in players that I want to get constantly, all the time, and there's no excuses for it. Really, there is no excuses for it. Like it's just poor management. It's not being able to understand the market. And I keep saying this to people. I don't care if you don't want to pay 117 mil for Rodgers. That's not the point. It's the president of what this sets and what we did. And the Monga one was the first one that I saw and was like, that's a 30, 40 mil talent in 2 years' time, which we didn't want to pay 4 mil on. And people are telling me, yeah, but what about Nipan? What about Nipan? Nipan will probably still sell for 20 mil next year. Who cares? Like, that's one player, and that's because he didn't develop well. But that is that is like the worst outcome, right, for a player like that. They spent 5 mil on him or whatever, 10 mil, and he's not been very effective and gone on bad loans. But it's like, I don't know, man. There's no movement on the sales. Trossard's the only one to leave for 20 mil. Martinelli's still here. Has he talking to anyone? Jesus is still here. Odegaard's still here. Gyökeres is still here. You know, Waneri's still here. Ben White is still here. Like, there's been nothing. There's been barely any talk either. Like, it's just awful. Like, I don't know. I people, I was made a stream. I did a stream earlier, and everyone was. I was like, "Who should we go for?" And people were saying Noosa, Mika Goat. These guys aren't going to make. Then these guys are not better than Martinelli, and I hate Martinelli in this team. I just think he's awful for how we use him, and they're just not. Noosa, I think people have this whole World Cup has showed to me that people watch football for what they want to see. They
I
watch
think
football.
Noosa. Oh, you're probably too young. Do you remember El Hadj Diouf?
Yeah, a little
Like
bit.
I that's what I liken him to. Like, well, I mean, you know, time will tell, but I just imagine he's going to be like that. He'll get a good move, and then he just won't perform. Like Juve went to Liverpool and big money. Everyone's going, "Oh my god, look at him for Senegal!" Like, um, yeah. But like you say, yeah, people look for something that they want. But
Noosa is a great example. I think Noosa would be a good player and the system will play. No one, I cannot believe that people think Noosa's had a good World Cup, by the way. He hasn't. He was awful. Did anyone I watched every single Norway game, every single one twice, because I was doing a lot of analysis on Odegaard throughout this tournament. I've got a lot of things to say about him, but we won't do it today. But one day we'll release the files on Martin Odegaard. But I watched it so much and I wasn't impressed by him. In the group stages, he was all right. In all of the knockout games, barring the Ivory Coast game, where he was pretty bad, other than the goal that he scored, which was really good, he did nothing. Shaldrop was way better. Shaldrop was way better than him all tournament.
oh, good
There was
shout.
there was a reason why Shaldrop started against England. I saw people go, why does that happen? It's like I saw people when Belgium dropped De Bruyne against USA being like, why is De Bruyne dropped? I'm like, brother, have we been watching the games? De Bruyne can't run. He's been awful. Are we watching the games, guys? I'm like, people just see what they want, bro. After the Mexico game, I spoke to 3 Mexican supporters. Do you know what they all said to me? Gilberto Mora ran your team. Well, how did England score the second goal, guys? We jumped Mora because he's not paying attention from kickoff. What do you mean played better than our players? Declan Rice assisted a goal. But just come on, man. Like, you see what I mean? Like, it's just Mbappe scored again. It's 4-3. I just don't understand like this tournament and what I'm seeing and what people say to me is crazy. We needed an outstanding attacker, and we are waiting for Alvarez. He doesn't even want us. He wants we're the side one, and that's it. And that's the only person that we might be able to get. We're the
Oh,
Premier
that's
League
depressing.
champions. We're the Premier
I
League
know.
champions.
Well, the one thing I will say is like, history dictates under this current regime and the recruitment team that each time we have missed out, and there have been a lot of them. I think I went through the ones that we've missed out, just Chelsea alone, with Nkunku and Caicedo, and who else is on that list? I mean, there's so many players. Mudryk, Noni originally, like from PSV. There's so many players that they've pipped us to. But the one good thing is we've always had something up our sleeve. So just praying that Berta has actually got some deals ready, because sure, I mean, we granted we don't really know that much about what's going on. Like if there's an iceberg, we see the tip of the iceberg. We don't see the rest of it, let alone all the stuff beneath the surface. So I am just hoping he's not just being basically on the phone to people going, "You available? No. All right. Do you want to come? No. All right. What about you?" And just like I'm hoping there's some kind of personal agreements, or there's some idea of like, look, we need this much money. This is how much they want. Let's get the deal done. Let's just get, hash out the finer details now. Just God, we have got to react. It like if what our first game will be in 2 weeks. We've got a game, haven't we? Like
Yeah.
we've
Yeah.
got to get someone in before then, and someone of, real good quality. I don't even think it really matters what position, if they're centre forward or midfielder. If we get someone of real quality, then hopefully that will settle things, and we'll just go, okay, that one's over the line, move on to the next one. But it is
Yeah.
weird that I'm even between two minds, right, with Berta, that I think he did a good job last year, and he is a good component for us winning the title. Like we needed that squad depth and we needed to develop. I don't think we could have done that without him. However, in isolation, some of those transfers are pretty. Is Paul harsh? But like, just look at them. Like Noni, is anyone like overly enamored by Noni Madueke? Like Christian Norgard? Like no, Kepa. Like arguably, like a reason we didn't win one of the trophies. Then you like look at others and you go, right, Mascara. Like I think he's great buy for the money, but if he was up for big money, if someone came in, is anyone actually going to be that bothered? Don't know. And there's a lot of people saying that we need to bring in another centre back because people don't trust him for coming in for a long period for Saliba. So Zubimendi, fantastic first half of the season. I think he's unbelievable that first half of the season, and then dropped off, the face of the earth. Who else do we get? Incapie? Has he usurped Calafiori? No. So like they've all played their parts, and that's not even talking about Gyökeres. But I don't think there was any that we all go, "Oh my god, that was a game changer." Was there one? I don't think there
No,
was.
he basically, like, the best thing he did was that he actually just got names through the door, so we had
Yeah,
depth. The Zubimendi deal was done before he really even came in, and there was even rumours that he
that's
tried to
true.
cancel it, which is funny. But I don't know what this guy's what. I find Arteta and him as a talent ID perspective right now, as we speak, very concerning. Even the reports about Rodgers, it took me 5 weeks of doing intensive research and kind of having to watch Rodgers as a winger to get what Arteta kind of wants to do. But even then, there's things that he can't do, right? Rodgers can't receive back to goal and very
Mm-hmm.
well. In that England game against Argentina, I know he was on the
Oh,
right
when
side,
he
but he
played
was
on the
awful
right,
at that,
yeah,
awful at that. And I was like, that's what Arteta, that's like the one thing he wants from his wingers. And then you can't do that. So that's already a big, big red flag. So I'm like, and apparently, like when Rodgers was talking to Arsenal, he was convinced to come, but he didn't get, apparently his entourage didn't understand the tactical stuff a bit like that well. And I was like, well, that is concerning because it's so in depth and so detailed that I think sometimes some people talk about this in the I know like some people in the different knock do. I think George always says this, where it's about he doesn't want to squint to see a signing to see how it
yeah.
works, and it just seems like every Arsenal signing is some sort of complicated mathematics like thing you've got to figure out, and that's why my video is
Sorry,
probably
what? What
I don't
was
know.
that word?
I was trying to say mathematics, but I just like, and then I was trying to say
Mate, I
the other
preferred
word.
that.
But like like obviously on my videos, this is probably why they do so well, because trying to figure out how these guys fit in is just so hard. And even for me,
That
it
is
is
true. Yeah.
difficult. And it's like, genuinely, when was the last time we signed a player where it's like, oh yeah, they're just gonna plug in and do something? Eze wasn't that, Yokres weren't that, Nkapie weren't that. Zumendi was kind of that, but then he's not really, because he's like an 8 more than a 6. Mascara's like a backup, I don't really count him, and the rest are all backups really. So like Madueke, maybe I'd say actually like low key, he's probably the more plug and play player of anyone, and he
There's
can't kick a
Declan
ball.
Rice, and then even then, Declan Rice played as left 8, and now we've kind of gone, well, we're moving deeper now.
Yeah, all
So
of them
even
though. You
then,
think about it. Declan Rice was the same summer as Timber. Timber was brought to play left back, moved to right back, then
moved
centre
right
back, and
back. Yeah.
whatever. And then you think about Havertz that summer. Havertz was a midfielder and then moved up front. Like, yeah, every single player, it's the same.
Miko
It's the same thing.
Marino. Yeah, there's so
Because
many.
some of them are even positional things like we're talking about, but some are like Gyökeres where it's like, well, they don't fit the system. How are we going to
Mhm.
get them to play in the system? And it's like, it's an absolute mess, man. Can we just buy players that are good and they kind of fit? And this is why I kind of wanted Barcola more than I wanted Rodgers, because I just want Arsenal to sign an out and out winger. I don't know why that's so
Yep.
difficult for people to understand. Like, I just want that, and I think Barcola would have been a better shout, but I don't know. We're going to have to do some mighty convincing now to be like, do you want to come to us? Over Liverpool have done all this groundwork for weeks now. And it's like, what are we doing, man? Like I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed with the way Berta does things either, because he agrees personal terms of all of them. Agreeing personal terms doesn't mean anything nowadays, because if the other team come in and spend 100 mil, just go to that team. Like people like Rodgers aren't going to sit on their ass and wait for 3 weeks for you to be like, well, maybe we'll consider buying you, but we don't want to go over this price and we're going to whittle them down. The same thing about Bruno, right? We've pigeonholed ourselves into a position where we have to buy Bruno, I think. Everyone else has gone. Tonali's gone, Fernandez is gone, Anderson's gone, Tielemans is gone. Like obviously some of these players I wouldn't have considered for Arsenal, like Tielemans, for instance, but they've all
Mm.
gone. We've got no options left. I mean, maybe Wharton, but we're not going to pay 130 mil for him, are we? So it's
I
like,
think they want
it's
what, 100 mil for Buadi minimum as well. I think it
yeah,
was
and they want a loan
113
back.
as well.
And they want a loan back, which we're not going to do.
Mhm.
So he's going to go to City. So it's like we're basically Bruno or bust. So if we're Bruno or bust, pay the money. I don't want to pay 90 mil for Bruno, but we're going to have to. So pay the money.
No, I think like 80 mil. Like I would go 80 mil, but the market dictates. This is the problem. The market does dictate. I was saying this to Alex earlier. Like in my head, I'm going spending 117 million on Rodgers is insane. If you said that to me in May, Arsenal are going to go and spend one of the biggest fees ever. They're going to break their transfer fee record as well to get Rodgers for 117. I'd be like, why? Do you know what I mean? Like, why? I can't get my head around it. But as time goes on, if more transfers start happening like this summer, like you say, Bruno's going to go up, isn't he? He's going to have to. You're looking at a club that has just sold most of their players. He's their captain. I, it's
And
it's going to
it's
get
hard to do
messy.
business. It's hard to do a business with a team as well that have already sold Gordon for 70 mil and sold Tonali for 100. Like because we took our sweet ass time again to do
Yeah,
any
again.
decisions.
Yeah.
They've sold everyone. Like at the end of the day, now they're going to request even more money because they've sold everyone, so they have less of a reason to need to sell. I don't care what these people on Twitter, who are apparently financial advisors, want to do all their little statistics, and then you'll get them all wrong anyway. Because at the end of the day, football teams just do what the hell they want. They don't care. Like it doesn't matter. Like to me, I don't know, man. It's super, super, super frustrating because we aren't like a little bit into the summer. I get the World Cup is still on, and that's a big thing, but it's July the 18th. We kick off the season in like 5 weeks, and we have only signed Melier, which is even then a joke because he's an awful goalkeeper. And it's like, oh, he's a free, so we'll get him in. Okay, then so we can loan out Setford. I'd rather just Setford be our number 2, to be honest. Now, but oh,
Mm.
Saka's on the floor, injured, guys. He's still on the
Oh.
pitch, 70 minutes. I don't know why. Still hasn't done anything. 75 minutes and Tuchel's done one sub, and it was Ollie Watkins, by the way. Ollie Watkins came on for Marcus Rashford, and he can't play left wing, so that's his only sub he's done. Oh no, he's now going to bring Saka off because Saka's like a little bit knocked. It's a joke. All these managers are awful. I don't even care. I'm going off them all now. It's not Arteta's fault, to be fair, that we can't sign players.
I've
It's
missed
not his
you.
fault. I will say the only other player that we are signing is Soles, which is hilarious. I think it's funny. It's so funny that we're signing Soles. So funny. That's absolutely hilarious. I've literally watched him in real life. One of the only players that I have like an embedded connection to actually knowing because he played for Norwich and I've watched him play on my own eyes. All my mates who are Norwich fans know like in depthly about him. Like it's so funny to me that we were going to buy him. I was speaking to my Norwich friends and they were like, "Wait, you're buying Zoles for 40 mil?" And they're like absolutely stunned. And I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "You guys didn't even play him in the Championship 3 years ago."
Yeah, that's mad, isn't it? That is. Can I ask
I
you a
actually,
question about him?
yeah,
Because
yeah.
I've tried to watch quite a bit of him actually. But in terms of pace, because like when you see players in real life, has he got pace over long distances? Because I know he's not like a searing pace like player. He's not. But I've heard some people saying like, "Oh, I'm really concerned about his pace and blah 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 blah." I don't think he's like someone that's quick off the mark. Someone to like from a standstill beat their man. But from what I've seen, he doesn't look like he's Trossard levels, for example. He looks like he can shift when he gets going.
I actually think it's kind of the opposite of what you said. Like, I actually think in big, large
Oh,
distances,
really?
he isn't that quick. But I think when he stops the ball, he's got a good acceleration of getting off the mark. That's why I kind of thought it was funny. But when I was analyzing, I already knew a lot about Solis, but when I was like properly looking at the data and I was looking at like other things, there is a lot. There's actually he is like a very different player, but there is a lot of similarities to Barcola in terms of like they take a lot of touches on the ball, they take their time in the final third, then they have that burst. He hasn't got a burst as good as Barcola anywhere near that. And he's a little
Oh,
bit
wow. I
more of a
mean, Barcolas is literally top 1%. He is
and yeah, it's
elite.
like Barcola's whole thing, really. Like that is his.
Yeah.
I would say that's his best stability in many ways. But Tazolis has a better creative bag in the final third. He isn't a deeper player. Like he has to. He's also a guy that has to come on the inside and play in an elevated position in the final third. He can't really receive the
Yeah.
ball from deep. He's done it in moments, but he's not really physical enough, I think, in the Prem to do it. He could develop it though. He's only 24. Like stuff like that. Like I'm like, okay, it's not really a technical thing. It's more a physical thing. Maybe he can develop that. Um, I genuinely think from a stop start, he's actually pretty good. You know what's so annoying about Soles, right? Is that so many people on Twitter, I get people aren't the most happy about it. He's a weird signing. I understand that. But the amount of people on Twitter who are completely disrespectful to me and other people that say that they don't mind the signing is crazy because I have watched this guy more than anyone, I think, on Twitter. I have actually got evidence of me going to games and watching this guy play with my own eyes when he was 19 years of age in the Premier League for Norwich. I know this guy's complete story. I did it on Twitter the other day. People were like, "Oh, he's a flop at Norwich." It's just you just don't know anything, do you? What happened at Norwich was that he came in. He was an £8 million. I remember the day he was signed. Actually, he was an £8 million signing because I knew him because of Football Manager. And I remember the day that Norwich signed him. I was speaking to my Norwich mates, and I was like, "Wow, 8 mil signing from this guy who was one of the biggest Greek youngsters." I was like, "That's an incredible signing. Like, how have you got him?" And we spoke about it loads, and they just never really gave him a shot because he played a little bit more in the Carabao Cup to start. He obviously played his debut against us. He scored twice against Bournemouth in the Carabao Cup. That's his only 2 goals, I think, in that season he got. And then he played against Liverpool in the Carabao Cup. And the problem is that Norwich got a penalty in that game. I think it was at Anfield, and he didn't win it, and someone else did. And yeah, he didn't win it, and so I just watched Elise him. It's an absolute set. That's why I paused. He didn't win it. Someone else did, and he took it, and then he missed, and that really pissed off Daniel Fark. Like really, really annoyed Daniel Fark. So then Daniel Fark barely played him the rest of the season, and then they loaned him out as soon as they got relegated. Which at a 19-year-old, by the way, who isn't physically very strong and is small and is is a winger at one of the worst teams in the Prem. 2022 Norwich, 2021-22 was awful. Like genuinely couldn't kick a ball. Awful. Daniel Fark was trying to play possession-based football, and oh my god, it was awful. It's not fun to watch. And it was just dreadful, right? So all of these caveats in, you think, oh, when he goes down to the Championship, he'll play loads. That'll be his moment. They didn't give him a go. They loaned him out for 6 months. He scored 3 goals at FC20 or somewhere like that. Then he came
Mhm.
back and barely played. He scored in the carrot. I think he scored 1 goal. And they would rather play people like Onel Hernandez over him, who I know he does his TikToks. Love the dude, nice dude, but he's not that good. So it's like it was always so weird to me that they've given so much belief to a lot of youngsters at Norwich, and they never gave him belief. And I think it was them physical aspects. And then he's gone on to be like this a great player at in the second tier of Belgium of Germany, and then now Belgium. I really love about him is his creative work because I think it shows a lot to get like I don't like talking in goals and assist range, but I think it shows a lot to get 23 assists in a league like the Belgium league rather than 23 goals. Right? We talked about this with Gyökeres a bit, where it's like you can kind of pub stomp. I don't know if that's a term that we got us guys know, but pub stomping is like you play public games on COD and you stomp them like the pros go and pub stomp games. It's just like absolutely beating up the awful people. You know what I mean? Like that's what I kind of mean by pub stomping. And his creative work though, genuinely, like outside of like setting up his teammates, is fantastic. And I really do think it's a 35 mil signing. We're taking a risk. I don't think he's going to be amazing, but it's a risk. And I think as a backup, he'll be fine. You know what I mean? I think I'm pretty excited about it. And I've spoke to a few people. Like I know a couple of the guys at the transfer flow, obviously I work for them. The couple of guys at transfer, I really like this signing, and they just think financially it makes a lot of sense. Like,
Mm.
and you know what? I will take it.
Yeah, I mean, stats wise, and how much that translates to the Premier League, I don't know. But stats wise, like he looks great. I think it is like I want to say it's his XGA from set pieces is really high. I could be wrong on that, but there's something like that. I looked and I was like, oh, that's interesting, especially in our team. And he plays right across the line as well, which I really like. I think we tried to do that with Noni to a certain extent. It was like, right, we'll try him on the left hand side and have, I mean, it didn't work great, but maybe it could work with him. Maybe he could be someone that we can use out on the left, and during the game we can have a bit more fluidity. But I mean, for that amount of money, and when we're looking at all these other buys, like,
It's the Victor
cool,
Muniz
get him
money,
in.
right? Liverpool
Yeah,
spent 35 mil on Victor Muniz. I bet many people didn't really know him. He had one good season at Mallorca in Spain, and he's like a really pacey like winger, but like he's just backup, and they spent 35 mil on him. So they did it. We did basically the same price for someone who's a little bit more old, a little bit more experienced, a little bit more, know-how. And I'm like, you know what? I genuinely think he will surprise people because I think people think he's actually awful. And I just really don't think he is that bad. I'm excited. Like it's one of them signings where I said to you months ago that like we're going to do some weird stuff. That is weird. I would argue that is kind of weird, but I like it. Like that's a fine weird signing. I don't mind it. I think that he can offer a lot to this team, and he does need to play centrally though. This is the point. Like when are we going to buy an
mm,
out and out winger? Like this is why I was like, why are we getting him and Barcola? Because they're both like. They both want to play. No, not Barcola. So Rogers, because they both want to play in the same areas. But then
center,
you
yeah.
and I'm like, I don't really understand. England have a pen. They should give it to Saka for the fucking hat trick. I don't care. I swore. I have to swear, guys. We had to do it. One swear is allowed because of how stupid it is. It's the 85th minute, and Thomas Tuchel hasn't taken off. You get this, guys. He's taken off Eze. Oh, great, yeah, who hasn't played all tournament. He's not taken off Saka or Rice. And they're not. They're still on the pitch, guys. They're still on the pitch. They're still on the pitch. Give Saka this pen. Give him this pen. He deserves it. If you give it to like Ollie Watkins to give him a goal at World Cup, I'm going to be angry.
Oh dear. Oh god, I forgot what these podcasts are like. This is even worse than it. Miss out on like a priority target. England playing, all our players on, and we're live. Oh my god.
Oh, here we go. I'll give it to Jude Bellingham so he can score 7 goals. Oh, wow,
Oh
great. He's just come
God's
on.
sake.
He didn't deserve this.
World Cup hat trick as well.
Yeah, I know.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
Jed Spence, by the way, Jed Spence, fantastic this whole tournament. I did see EBL tweet that like Arsenal should go for Jed Spence. You know what? I was like, Jed Spence would be great son. They're never going to sell
I
him to us
hate
because
Jed
Tottenham.
Spence.
Oh yeah,
Just as,
he is. He is a good ass player. Oh wait, they're giving it to Saka for the hat trick.
oh, well,
Oh my
they.
god, they actually are. Benningham's giving it to Saka. Oh no,
Sorry,
he's
I'm.
gonna miss. Sorry.
Oh, please score it.
Please score Saka because it's so funny. Everyone's been talking about Rice and Saka all week, and they've been like pretty good this game. I mean, Rice is knackered. I can always see it. I can't. But by the way, I will say with Saliba, it's good that he doesn't need surgery. I still What I would do is buy a right back and just move one of the right backs over to centre back. That's what I would do. I think that's the better strat than spending 60 mil on Konza. But so I can't say that.
Oh, I've got something to say on that. Hang on, let's just see this. Let's see this penalty first, though. Oh, Saka steps up. Yes.
Wow.
Bottom right corner. No stutter from the looks of things either.
World Cup
Tiny
hat
little spinner.
trick.
Yeah, he's rubbish though. Not world class.
Yeah, well,
Terrible
he
player.
didn't get a minute. Didn't get a minute against Argentina, guys. So he's saving it for this game. Dickheads.
That makes Tuchel's decisions look even worse now, doesn't it?
But even in this game, his man management has been awful, like really bad. Like keeping these players on, like the players that are tired are a joke. Like I cannot, bro. Some club managers are just not made for international.
Mm.
I just don't think so. I don't think so.
Going back to what you were saying about Konza and going for a right back and stuff, I think I know what we do now. So what we do is we go into ultra petty mode. What I mean by that is that, oh my God, I just did a George. I just did. What I mean by that, oh no. You know when you like pick up people's phrases because you're around them all the time? What I mean by that is we need to drop Konza out of principle because we're not doing Villa any favours now. We're not giving them any money. We go and buy Lacroix because Chelsea want him, and we go and get him instead. So just to piss him off, even though, I mean, to be fair, I do quite like him. He's not having a great game.
Or we do 4D chess and then we let them buy Lacroix and then we just buy Archipom off them. Every time
mate, I would take him 100%.
Every time I even whisper the name Archipom, I get jumped on Twitter. I get absolutely jumped. I've mentioned his name 4 times on Twitter in the last 2 weeks. I've been jumped every time. All the comments are Chelsea fans. I don't even want to mention him anymore. I'm scared. They won't find me. You know, it's so funny that I always remember that video, that podcast episode we did where we went through that podcast episode we did, by the way, we went through every team of a player we would buy. At the time I thought, like what is this? But then in hindsight, most of the players that we said, even Arsenal have been linked to, or I've gone on and been like, yeah, I want them, you know what I mean?
Do you reckon they just watched our videos? They're like, oh, do you know what? Mate, those guys
I remember I said Archipom in that video. Like I was like, and that was ages ago. It was like a year ago. Yeah. I was like, oh, I'd like Archipom out of anyone. And I'm still on that train. I'm still
man.
Chelsea don't want to sell him. And so many Chelsea fans keep going up to me like he's not going to get sold, but he wants to leave because you're trying to buy centre backs. And so like you can't just keep buying players and then not expect him to be. He was pissed off. I heard that he was annoyed last year because he didn't play enough, and then they want to buy more players. Like I'm like, what is? I'd take it. He played more for us.
Yeah, he actually would as well, especially with our injury record. I mean, I'm just looking at here like their revenue. I don't know. I don't know if this is right or not. I need to try and check. But I'm really interested in what their revenue was for last season, considering the spend they've just had, because I'm thinking about their position. Surely their revenue wasn't that much. I mean, I know ours was astronomical for us. Ours was a record. But surely, like, financially, it's not a clever game to be playing. Like, I think it's a 6-year contract with an extra 1 year as well for Rodgers. So, like, surely that has to have some kind of financial implications for them. Maybe that is a deal that we could go in for. I like João Pedro as well. Ironically, I was looking at his like profile in terms of stats, really similar to Kai Havertz. Like,
because they're like false 90 types of players.
Yeah, and I was like, I've never really thought about that, but like he is a player that you could kind of.
Do you know who else I like from Chelsea?
Oh, God, don't you say Garnacho?
Absolutely not. A guy that's actually linked with Villa, Nicholas Jackson. Get him in. Come on, Jackson. Woo!
I forgot he's there,
Do
technically,
you know,
isn't he?
he actually really annoyed me in this World Cup, and my view of him has gone down because he just was so annoying. Oh my god, I was like pretty positive on Senegal, and every time I watched him, I was like, this guy stinks. So does Mane. Every time Mane or Jackson got the ball, I was like, these guys stink. Getting Bayon and getting Jai on and keep Sarah on, the fun players, not these guys. These guys stink. Jackson can't stay on side to save himself, but I still think
So you're
Jackson.
telling me Jackson's come down here, but Darwin Núñez is still up there?
Do you know, it's so hard because oh my god, this is another thing that was annoying me. EBL, who's a massive tactics guy on Twitter, was doing this whole thing about like why did Darwin Núñez not play against Spain? Yet again, tactics people on Twitter refuse to do research. I swear. This is why I prefer being a journalist guy more than a tactics guy, and then using that part of it. Darwin Núñez hasn't played in 4 months because they didn't register him in their Saudi league team, and he just sat in the Maldives for 4 months, just doing nothing. He hasn't played. He came into this tournament not fit because he just hadn't played, and it's like, well, they're trying to play him, but he's just not fit, Like I can't really blame him for that, can I? Like they played him in the first game against Saudi, and he was awful, and it's because he's not fit. I was like, I don't know. I still think
Well,
Darwin
because
Núñez
he's
is
awful, but
Darwin Núñez, by the way, is if he's not playing, if he's not registered for his team, how much do they want? 10 mil? Yeah,
to be fair, on that, I would do that deal for that. But I'm looking and going, well, in terms of Gabriel Jesus is left, and if you like just get another body through the door, then I don't mind it. But God Almighty, do not go near a big FIFA hit that man. Like, that would just be the end.
It is crazy. The funny thing is though, like I don't know, like I don't know, like these players are just like. See, it would have been fun to get them, but now it's just depressing. Like it genuinely is. I didn't even want Rodgers that much, but I hate when the club tell me like, "Oh, we want to get this player all summer," and then they just do some stuff like this. It's the same thing with kind of like Nico Williams, but I was a bit more, and like Rodrigo to an extent, but that was kind of more on the players than the club. I mean, Nico Williams, I think that he just ran us ragged. Was that now? He's like the sort of guy that's like, I don't know, I don't even know how to explain it. Like, oh yeah, well, I'll come back for you, don't worry. And then like he just never comes back. You know what I mean? Like it's just the whole. I just feel like we got absolutely ran that about that, and I was just so annoyed. So I don't know, man. Like it's kind of one of them situations where it's all just bad. It's all just bad because I don't even know who to buy. I don't even know who let's just get Vinny. Let's just go up to Vinny.
Should we go for a list? Like, let's make a list of. Should we try to do 10 players? This is going to be quite difficult. This is almost like a challenge here. 10 players. They have to be in order, by the way, that Arsenal could now move on to. So obviously, the first person's Barcola, surely, yeah.
Oh, like 100%.
Yeah,
I think
Diamande's got to be on that list. I mean, I don't think we can get him.
Although
apparently Fabrizio Romano has said that we've now contacted, going, "Oh, guys, any chance? Any chance we can do that?"
Which is crazy. As a club of our size, they just don't know. But I don't know. The PSG deal doesn't seem to have progressed that much. I don't know why. Like, it seems to be a weird one in a weird situation. Our Jed Spencer's coming off in a stretcher, guys. Oh wow, he's like genuinely been one of England's best players this tournament. Yeah, I do agree with that. I do agree with that. If we could get Diamonde over Barcola, I think I'm kind of on that train. I kind of think Diamonde's really good.
Ironically, he was top of my list. I think when we chatted before, I was like, I'd love to get him in because I could not see us getting Barcola.
Yeah.
And then this World Cup has suddenly the amount of people that are like, oh my God, Diamonde's amazing. I'm like, I know for a fact you'd never heard of that guy. Yeah. You'd never heard of him before he got linked to PSG. And then
so his letter that he posted about his sister makes me like him even more. So
France just scored.
Yeah, Dembele. There's like a minute left. It's 5-4. What a game, guys! Best game of the World Cup.
It probably is.
They should do more of these. It's Dembele. I don't know why they panting Meccano. Well, everyone's stat padded. They all love it. Mbappe's top goal scorer in the World Cup. Dembele's got another goal.
Hey, everyone's getting involved, but I tell you who's not getting involved. Morgan Rodgers.
Oh yeah, yeah. To be fair, like Declan Rice just gave the ball away from the goal as well. Bless him. Oh, that's why he shouldn't still be playing. Well, it's so stupid that England are in a position where we only have one midfielder that can run. So it's like, well, he just has to play all the time, even though he's played 80 billion games.
Oh, mate, it's crazy. Right, go on. Number 3. Who else we put on this?
What, attackers or just general people?
No. They've got to be left wing.
Oh well, I don't even know if there's 10 left wingers on the market.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it?
Well,
I said this to Alex earlier, so I'm going to put one out there. Someone to put in the comments. What about people that we haven't been linked to, and like, other kind of players? And I said, well, what about if they're like right wingers or strikers or someone that we could like supposedly move out, kind of like when we were linked to Rafinha, and the whole point of that was exactly what happened with Barcelona. He goes to the left. Like I like Enjoy. I think he would be a great signing actually. He's not, he's not right at the top of my list or anywhere near there really, but if that happened, I'd be like, okay, right, I can kind of swallow it a bit.
Do you know what the problem is? Is like one of the big things that I've wanted from Arsenal is that we need we scored again, a 6-4. Just end the game.
it's Bellingham. What is going on?
Everyone's just stat padding. No one's even. I just watched the last 4 minutes of no one even defend. They were just running at each other with a big open goal.
This is like
there's been 10 goals.
It's like playing FIFA and like they're just like, oh, I just won't touch the controller. You run in and go score. Then we'll do a kickoff. You run in and go score.
It's going to be so skewed with everyone's stats. It's like, oh, Bellingham's 7 goals in the World. Bellingham's got more goals than Kane now. He's 7 goals in this World Cup. It's so funny. It was just stat padding. It's so funny, man. What a game. I would kind of every game be like this. Oh, this games like this make me enjoy football. I wish Arsenal were like this. Well, I don't know about the conceding 4 part, but like the scoring 6 part. Yeah, I don't mind. I just want some pace in the forward areas, and I find it just all depends, right? Because I look at Rodgers, and I think Rodgers is a bit quicker than some people give him credit for. But it's like he kind of needs space, right? In order for that to work, you need to play quicker. Will we play quicker? We've not signed anyone. We signed Solid. Like he's not going to make us play quicker. So it's like I don't really understand like who's going to come in to make us play quicker. I think Barcoda's a big option in that. I think there is a couple, but it's like
game over.
I think there needs to be a complete dynamic shift by Arteta and a complete tactical shift as well, where he really needs to understand of how to play with quicker pace and do certain things. Oh, Saka and Barcoda are laughing after the game, guys. Anyone see that? They laugh together. I laugh together. Oh,
let's make some narratives up, okay?
Mbappe's handshaking Rice. Oh my god. Let's get Mbappe. Mbappe's number 1 for me. Then Vinny. Then, do you know what is funny? I was doing my stream earlier and people in the chat were like, let's just go and get Creature Caraskelia. And I was like, okay, as a joke, we're talking about Vinny, but that is more likely to happen than Creature Caraskelia. That's never happening. We're never getting him, guys. We've got to accept that you can't get every player in the world.
Could we get a Vinny? Like, is that at all feasible? Like, really? Because I know people done like scouted on him. I mean, what channel did that? Scouted on Vinny. There have been people like genuinely like, oh, we should go out and go get him. Like, do you think there is a chance to go get him?
Do I think?
I think the only way for me that it happens is Real Madrid going for Elise. That's the only way I can see that happening.
I just know I tell you what, I could just never really predict like Real Madrid. They're just a weird team.
True.
I mean, they bidded for Alvarez just randomly. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with Vinny. I think he'll sign a new deal because his contract ends soon. I think this is all just Real Madrid paper talk, and Real Madrid paper talk is different to normal teams' paper talk. We hate our paper talk with our team. It's far worse for them. I don't know. I think let's say out of a probability chance of it being like I think Creature Caraskelia is not happening 0%. But I think for Vinny there's like a 10% chance, Like I think there's a 10% chance. I don't think it's gonna happen and like everyone would jump you if you say it does, but I just think like there's a 10% chance maybe it could happen,
Man, I'll take it.
We have to take that. We have to take that.
So we got Barcola, Diomande, Enjoy, Vinny. Yildiz. I mean, he signed an extension last year, I think, but Kennan Yildiz, I think he's there. God, it's getting hard, isn't it? Who else?
There's just not really many options because then like
Guys
you'll
in the
get.
chat, come on, help us out here.
Well, then you're just
Who
getting to
else?
like the B team options like Mika Goats, Noosa, like all these people I just don't care like enough.
Nico Williams.
Yeah,
Mika
Nico
Goats.
Williams. Like it's just all like, bro, the amount of people that have like hounded me for Mika Goats when I'm just like, have you even watched him other than in Twitter comps? You know, the amount of people that like that just make base like I think basing an opinion of an Arsenal signing like about the things you see on Twitter is fine, like generally. But I hate it when I speak about like really tactical, incisive details and I get comments being like, yeah, he's crap. And it's like, well, how do you know? I watched him on a comp. And it's like, I was like, what are we doing here? Like, I don't care if you watch. I made a tweet the other day saying that like about the Norwich comp for Tazoles against Arsenal, and I said people are reading way too into this. I had this massive argument with this guy where he's like, "What are they reading into? This looks fine," and I said they're just reading into it too much. He was like, "Why is it good or bad? What am I supposed to say?" And I was like, "I didn't say that. You can judge it how you want. I just said you're reading too much into it because it happened 6 years ago and he was 19." I was like, that's all I said. I was like, people on Twitter are jumping to conclusions. That's not what I said at all. I just said, just watch out. Who cares? I basically said that, like, I just don't care about this comp. Like, I don't really care if it's good or bad. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Oh.
I'm worried. I'm worried. Maybe we'll just
Rodrigo
find out.
off an ACL. Is it an ACL or MCL? I think it's an ACL, isn't it?
He's been out for a long time. He's been out for
8 months? Is it 8 months?
Yeah, long time. Yeah, there's no one else. Like, who? I would just then we just get strikers and just hope that Sol
Who is there in the Premier League? Let's go through the Premier League teams because I'm trying to think. We're not going to get anyone from City, so there's no point of even starting there. I mean, to be fair, the Semenyo deal is looking pretty good value for money now.
Yeah, I was saying. By the way, all them content creators that were doing that Doku top 3 winger in the world. Yeah. Okay, guys. Yeah, great World Cup. Yeah, good job. Yeah, he got absolutely mulked by Trossard. There's not even. Right, I said this so much that like he's the best dribbler in the world, but you need better end product. Madueke is no end product, and everyone hounds him. Doku is a bit better end product, but he also has Haaland in the box. When he didn't have Haaland, he can do anything.
That's so true.
I don't think De Ketelaere even sniffed the ball when he was on the pitch, barely. That's like, poor guy. And then De Ketelaere actually was better, like later in the games. He actually got better, which is funny. Mini Havertz. I kind of like De Ketelaere. Yeah, I don't know. We can't get Man City players. I'll take Rio. Let's get Rio in from Liverpool. Thanks, guys. Yeah, that's not happening. We can't get any Liverpool players in. Any of the top 6 is probably chalked other than Chelsea. Do you want any of Garnacho, Gittins, or Neto? Do you want any of them?
No, thank you.
Remember when everyone was crashing? Remember when everyone crashed out?
That was like you were actually offering me then, and I was like, no, thank you.
You remember when everyone crashed out when we didn't spend 50 mil on Gittins? Yeah, that was fine not to crash out.
I remember everyone crashing out that we didn't get Neto.
Yeah, I know, and I didn't care about either of them. And it's like I care about Rodgers.
There's another one that was on the list for Chelsea. You know, we go. God,
yeah, that was the thing. Basically, every left winger.
Who's at Bournemouth now?
I don't know. Did you see Bournemouth signed Antonio Silva from Benfica?
Have they?
What for 30 mil? We should have just signed him for 30 mil. I think Liverpool definitely should have signed him. I really like Rayan, but he plays on the right. I really like Rayan. I think Rayan's credible. But
is that the type of player that we could go and get, and then he moves to the left?
I don't know. I've heard that Liverpool actually really want Rayan, but they don't want to sell Bournemouth. This is the whole issue.
Saka comes to the left and he plays on the right.
I think we're going to have to play Eze at left wing. We're back at it. I think we're going to have to play him at left wing.
I wonder if we get Alvarez and he plays the left wing. And then he plays to the centre and then we play.
I feel like if that happens, he'll move Alvarez into the centre and just Eze out left. But then we are expecting him to move Eze out left, and he is scared to do that.
Yeah.
Do you know who? It's so funny. Do you know who my number 1 target for left wing was 4 months ago? And I just wish we got him. It's Anthony Gordon. I wish we got Anthony Gordon, guys. And I'm not going to pretend I don't wish we. Oh, bro, that guy off the ball is a demon. He is so good off the ball. This whole England tournament, he's so quick. You remember I was talking about
I just can't look at him every week though. I
He's
can't
so
do
good
that, mate.
Rashford? What do you think about that?
I was joking with Alex saying, oh, you'd be happy with that. And he was
He had a
like,
good
well, like
connection with
worst
Saka today.
came to worse and you get him in. It's not the worst thing. But this is the crazy thing. Like, it goes back to what you said, that I think people really underestimate what Martinelli and Trossard have done. Like, granted, they're not, the GA's not in like up there with other players like a Semenyo, but like they really have served a purpose.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Like I don't even know what's going on with Martinelli. It seems like Ben White is now staying just because we're like useless in the market. So he has to stay out of like just that generally. I don't mind Rashford. He played pretty well today with Saka. I think generally this World Cup, even in the minutes that Rashford's played, a bit inconsistent, but I think mostly that's down to dynamics sometimes. I think he's good at certain things, I don't think he's fantastic, but I think the pressing is not as good as what Arteta would want. But this tournament, the World Cup, I was like, it's not that bad. Like, he has improved at that regard since he left to go to Barca. So I was like,
it would
okay.
be funny though, wouldn't it, to have him and then go and win another title with Rashford. Oh, I'd love that. Just to wind.
I know straight away. Like, if we're talking about if Arsenal is sitting there right now, midnight, they're like, oh my god, we need to buy players. Let's look at the recruitment. I know for once they're going right. Let's go back to our favourites. Let's tick Premier League English box. Okay, Konza's coming up. Okay, Rashford's coming up. We can't get Gordon. We can't get Rodgers. We've already got Eze, Rice, Saka. That's what they do, though, don't they? Watkins as well. We looked at before. Is that all we look at? It's just English internationals who play in the Prem. That's all we look for in players. I genuinely think we might look at Rashford. He fits the criteria, but United might want to keep him. I think they do, and he probably will stay there. Well, screw it. We're not getting anyone. Oh, it's all chalk. There's no left wingers. Oh my God, Sack. Oh, he's gone. It's just me ranting by myself about like a madman. It's like I'm talking to the clouds. It's just like, please sign a winger. Please sign a winger. At least Saka's got a hat trick though, guys. So it's not all bad. And Rice got a goal and assist. And England came third. Well done, England. We're all very happy about England coming for. I don't really care, but I guess it is an achievement. Fun game though. Fun game. Oh, let's just if we sign Barcola, that is fine. It's not amazing, but it's fine. You know what I mean? It's fine. We can get away with it if we sign him. Same with Vinny. If we sign a Vinny, it'd be fine. 700k a week would be a bit mad though, no? Does he want like more than that? Can we afford to give 700k a week to Vinny? Is that more? Oh, he's back.
700k.
Oh, he's back. Oh, here we go.
I am back. 700k. Did I just hear that right?
I think that's what he wants, or what he's on, Vinny.
I thought it was like 500.
No, I heard like it's like 700. I heard maybe even 900. Like Real Madrid money is like Mbappe's on like a mil, I think, like a week or
That's
something.
Insane.
And I was like, that's the thing. I was like, I love Vinny, but I don't know if we can afford that sort of money for Vinny. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, we did put 300k a week. Jesus, he doesn't even kick a ball forever, so maybe, but
700k.
Oh, I guess,
sorry, I've come in at the wrong time.
Everyone's talking about Gibbs White.
Ooh.
It doesn't make any sense for left wing to me. Even less.
No, unless you're. I mean, if you're just going, all right, Eze's moving to the left. That is it. He is going to the left, and
I don't even really like Gibbs White like that. I just think people like him because he scored loads of goals in the last 6 months, and I think that's what people's brains
and he
just
didn't
look
go
at.
to Tottenham. That helps as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, and that was he wanted to. He got absolutely things happen.
One of my favorite videos of all time, that is, in football.
Yeah, where he's like, he's like getting forced to stay. But like, I just think like I don't even want Gibbs White, man. I think he's an 8. No,
No,
I
I
don't
don't.
think he's an 8. I think when I scouted him for Man City last year, when he was actually going to join City before, like they
Hmm.
had it all planned out, and then they just decided to pivot to Turkey, which valid. I genuinely looked at it and was like, they're going to use Gibbs White as an 8 because off the ball, I think he needs to be. I don't think him being so elevated up works. I think he needs to be deeper. And I was like, you give a player with like that sort of talent to Arteta, he's going to turn him into an 8. I don't really know if I want that. Please don't let him do it. And it's like he's basically to me like he'd be a bit more of an attacking version of Odegaard, a bit more of an aggressive version of Odegaard who takes maybe a bit less touches. I don't know if we need that. I don't know if that helps us.
Mm.
Like we've got so many, we need a forward that's going to take 4 billion touches. And I actually think that's why Barcola is very important because he will take 4 billion touches. And we kind of need that. Everyone just takes no touches. Eze, no touches.
Yep.
Like the left wings we've had, other than like Trossard, don't take that many touches. Zolis does, but he's not going to start that much, you would think. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. Let's just get rid of Gyökeres and then we'll start from there. I'm joking. I'm not that. I don't really care if he leaves or not. I know some people are like hate it if you speak about him in a bad way, but like it is what it
It's
is.
funny, isn't it? How like people like I just look at it and go, could we not just keep him? I'm look at it like with Havertz. I'm not just. Can we keep them and get more players? That'd be nice, rather than just one
Yeah,
in,
I
one
mean,
out all the time.
well,
That'd be
the whole
lovely.
Zolis thing was a whole situation, wasn't it? Like we were lucky that Zolis didn't want to go to all the other teams that went in for him because they were like Dortmund,
Yep.
Villarreal, like teams below us. So no wonder he wanted to come to Arsenal. But it's like that is the only benefit, the reason why we got him. Like, why did we have to wait till Trossard leaves for him to go? Trossard was probably always going to go to Besiktas. It was like agreed like 2 weeks before he ended the World Cup. And it was just like
Yeah.
formalities, really. But we're like, no, we'll wait till Trossard leaves. It's like, if he doesn't, then we'll just keep him, and then we've got Solis and Trossard.
Yay! For you, here's a question: would you have preferred Martinelli or Trossard to go?
Martinelli. I just don't see the
That's what I
value of
said to
selling a.
Rohan as well,
I just
because
don't
he
see a
asked me that
value of
question.
selling Trossard for 20 mil.
Mm,
No, like I think it comes down to that, right? Like I do think Trossard as well is a little bit more impactful than Martinelli, but obviously Martinelli's a better age and probably has like pace, for instance, which is something we still need. But like it just comes down to value for me. Trossard, 20 million pounds sale. I'm like, who really cares about 20 million pounds in Arsenal? I don't really care about 20 million pounds. So just get the money with Martinelli, it's like a 45 mil, 50 mil sell. It looks like it's going to be like that is better money for a guy that's not really working. I'd rather just get
I
that and
think
keep
there are
Trossard.
options as well on the market that can replace that pace. Like, regardless, I think it's hard though because yeah, to just put Martinelli down as like, oh, he's fast. I feel that's a little bit cheap for him. Do you know what I mean? Like he does offer so much more, but the way he's used for our team is like, well, it kind of negates all that other stuff that he does. His off the ball work is unbelievable. Like I, I would hate to do his role. I would hate it as a player to be like, I have got to run and run and run and do all this defensive work. And then I'm always shattered when the ball is moved forward. And then I'm not in the positions that I know I can kind of impact the game in. And everyone hates me for it anyway. Wants to get rid of me. Like, what a horrible. I mean, I'm sure the pay packet like softens that blow a little bit, but I can imagine him go to another league and doing really well. But I don't know.
Yeah,
It's a little bit sad.
it's just awful. I feel like Trossard needed to like. I feel like personally he wanted to just kind of leave the country. Fair enough. And I do think that like it is a shame, but like fair enough. Like it is what it is. Things have to be done in football. I understand that, and at least he came away with a Prem title. So I was like, with Trossard leaving, I was sad and whatever, and it was like it's like a big thing. But it just kind of feels like, why did we wait so long for him to leave so we could buy Zoles in? Like, what is going on with all these other players? Like, I'm still so like befounded by like the just longness of it all. Like, everyone, the biggest word they keep using is like laying groundwork. Why do we do 700 background checks for everything? Why don't we do this before the summer starts or in the past? I already know enough about Rodgers and Barcola and these players to do that stuff. Why is they just I don't get it. I don't understand how you can
Well,
sit
look
there
at
and value.
Chelsea. Like, I mean, either we knew Chelsea were in for him and were
Yeah.
sniffing around, or Chelsea have done exactly what you've said, and they're like, "Well, we know the player well enough. You know, he plays in the Premier League. Just go and get him." It's one or the other. You can't be anywhere else. Like, and that's the most baffling thing about it. Uh, if we can't sign, right? Here's a question for you: if we cannot sign Barcola now or Diamande, what constitutes a good window to you then? Because is it just keeping Martinelli and then going and getting like Krupi or go and get Alvarez, or do you have to then go and get both because it's like a well, you've missed out on your left winger now, so we're going to have to adjust our, the way we're addressing the whole attack, or like what would you look at as a whole? What would be acceptable now? Because I mean, the Melier deal as well on top of it all is a bit like, oh God.
It would have to be. I would at least want two other forwards at like a substantial amount of money, personally, like in
Yeah.
quality. I think Alvarez is probably the most easiest one that might happen. That is like, oh, okay, fair enough. That, by the way, the amount of tactical changes we're gonna have to do with Alvarez coming into the team is like crazy, but like fair enough, I guess. And then it's like, who? I guess if we just panic bought Liao for 40 mil, I would be like, fine. That is better than what the
Oh, that's one that
alternative
wasn't on
is.
our list. Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
Like, I don't think like I've heard that Liao got offered to 4 Premier League teams and none of them wanted him. One was Tottenham. But I don't know. I watched him in the World Cup, and I still think there is undoubtable quality there. Like, I do think there is a lot there. And I just think if you're getting to a point where Zolis and Martinelli are wingers, at least have a little bit of end product. You know what I mean? Like, you've got
Yeah.
Martinelli who can work hard off the ball. You've got Zoles who can be like a little bit of an in between guy. He's not brilliant off the ball, but I think he can learn it, and he's like a bit more of a creator. And then you've got Liao, who's like the natural X factor person. I don't love it. It's pretty bad still, generally, but I don't think that loses the value of people like Martinelli going into next year too much. Like, I already think
Hmm.
his value is quite low at 45 million euros or whatever it is, and so I don't really think that can decrease as much anymore. And Liao still wouldn't be that expensive. It's been reported like 40 mil. Like, I think we can do that. I think that would be fine. But it also has to be in other areas. Bruno has to be signed in midfield. If we signed Manu Kone, like, I don't hate Manu Kone, but I have real weaknesses with him out of possession that some
I
people
don't
don't
like
seem to
that
really.
deal. Like me
People haven't really
personally.
spoke about out of possession like stuff that much, but he just is. He's just so jumpy. He's like Anderson. I don't want jumpy players. That's not how Arsenal play. Arsenal don't jump players like that, and I don't like one player jumping and leaving space in behind. So I don't love that. I don't. I don't. Also, he's a bit of a carrier. Like, have we got enough of them? I would argue we do. We need a passer. We have to buy someone that can do deep lying passes. Like, we just have to have a passer from deep. It would improve the team heavily.
Hmm.
And that has to be Bruno to me. Even if you have to pay 90, 95 mil for Bruno, just do it. Just do the money. And then, in my opinion, we have to, if we're spending less on a forward because we didn't get Rodgers and we buy Liao for 50 mil cheaper, 60 mil cheaper, even if we buy an Alvarez, I would expect us to buy maybe two defenders. I'm not a Konsa guy. I don't think Konsa for Arsenal makes any sense. I think he's good, but he doesn't duel
Yeah, I
enough
don't
for
like
me.
it.
He's just a passer. He isn't a jeweler, and I think we need somewhat of a both. I'd rather just commit to a Martin. I know Martin's 19. It's like, I want to be able to start, and I get that. But if he can't start straight away, then just play Timber there. Play Timber in centre back, and then buy Fresneda in right back and play Fresneda in right back, or play
Yeah.
White in right back, or play Mascara in right back. Like, and just do that for now. And then you can be games where you're like, oh, Coventry, let's bring Martin in, and let's play Mascara, or let's play White, or let's play Timber. And then it makes them not reliant on Timber and White, who are coming back from long-term injuries, and it gives us options there. And I think that is what would be okay. I'd be satisfied with that. I wouldn't be happy even going into this summer. The players that I've wanted, my main targets going into this summer, we've basically gone for none of them. Like, I wanted Barcola more than Rodgers. Maybe we end up falling into that. Okay. I wanted like I just wanted proper players. I kind of liked Alvarez. I kind of like the Alvarez deal, thinking about it, but I didn't necessarily know if that was where I wanted to go in the direction. And
Yeah.
with midfielders, like, I wanted a Wharton. Wharton weren't possible. I wanted Fernandez. I thought Fernandez would have been excellent for us. People are like, well, 85 mil's a lot. I don't think 85 mil is that a lot. He's 21 years old. That would have been perfect for us. Now we're going to have to spend 90 mil on a 29-year-old. Like, Like, you know what I mean? Like, we could have just paid the 85 mil and it would have been fine. So I would have preferred that. And like centre backs, I'm not really that bothered. If we get Achipom, I'd love Achipom, but I'm not that bothered if it's anyone but Konza. I just don't really want Konza.
No,
Personally.
I don't. But and out of
It's
principle, as I
gross.
said that, I just don't want to get him now. Like I am petty. It's such a mess now. I mean, I probably shouldn't have talked to you because I felt absolutely fine about it, and now I feel really depressed. Thanks, bud. But it all depends how we react. I said it earlier. If we go in the next 2 weeks and we go and get someone, get Barcola done, I'm like, do you know what? For me, it's blessing to such disguise. Like we've gone out and got, I would argue, the better player. I just 170 million. I mean, what is going on? Gone are the days when I was a kid and 15 million pound on Alan Shearer was big money. Like
That's what like I think people have some adjustment period because it's changed so much within the last like 2 years, you know. Like I see people
do
saying
you
like
think the club
107.
need to adjust to it?
Yeah, 100%. I think that's the big problem. Like, this is what I don't get I don't get the idea that people going, oh, 170 mil wouldn't have paid that. What would you have paid? I would have paid 90 mil. What? Just pay the 27 mil extra. That's like nothing in today's terms. Like, it's the same people that like with Zolis joined, they were like 35 mils a lot of money, 35 mils a lot of money. I was like, it's just not though.
It's
Like
really
it's just
not
not in
now.
this,
How
it's
much
just
do we
not
pay
in
for
this
a Nonny?
market for
50?
Arsenal. Yeah, 50 for Noni. And I said at the time, it's not even that amount of money because he's on cheap wages and the deal's overall quite
Mhm.
cheap. And people look at that stuff and they go, oh, still so much. But there's so many deals like that. Newcastle spent 55 mil on Alanga. They spent 75 mil on Voltmarder. They spent 50 mil on Vissa. I know Newcastle are like a very bad example because they're just crap, but buying players and no one wants to join this sorry ass club. But like, it's just like, it's it's just something I think about. Like it's just how the market is at the moment. It's absolutely mess. It's just
Newcastle
absolutely
fans
overly.
hate us. Like the amount of times I've been had, and now I've started just going for it. Did you see my tweet about signing Bruno? And I basically said, "Ah, well, for those Arsenal fans who aren't happy about the deal, he's only got to play about 100 minutes. This is what we do. We take Premier League captains just to play, a small amount of minutes." No, yeah, people didn't take kindly to that. I thought it was quite funny. Um, oh, God,
There's
the
a couple of
market is
fan
just,
bases.
huh?
There's a couple of fan bases that deserve to be wound up because the amount of just waffle. And I get Arsenal fans are waffle nation on Twitter. I'm not saying that we're not. Like, there's things that Arsenal
To be
fans
fair,
say.
I'm like that with Villa now. Like
Yeah,
them
I
saying,
mean,
"Oh,
Villa.
well,
Yeah,
Rodgers isn't going to leave.
100%.
Why is he going to leave to go to you?" He's just left and gone down to a team in 10th because that's what he thinks of you lot. That
Exactly.
is
Well,
the
it's
case. This is the food chain. That's how it works. Like,
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, these players have ambition, and if things
mhm.
don't happen, I think Villa annoys me with the whole PSR talk because it just seems like no one in their fan base understands how that works. And I'm not saying it's the fairest thing in the world. I do think there is problems with that do
Oh,
benefit teams like
100%.
Arsenal over there. But they spent 400k on wages on loans 2 years ago. No one talks about it. Rashford, Asensio, Marlon, when they came in, no one speaks
Yep.
about it because they just forget that that's part of money. You know, people act like Mbappe didn't get bought for 400 mil or whatever it was because it was a free transfer. Yeah,
People
okay,
say that
buddy.
about
Yeah,
Haaland.
definitely,
Oh my god,
definitely.
but
Oh yeah,
I
yeah,
was like so
definitely.
cheap.
Oh, they got Haaland on 50 mil. That's a cheap deal. One, it was a release clause and it was already planned. And two, his wages and everything make it like a 200 mil deal. And now he signed a new deal. It's even more. Like
Yep.
it's like how like that is just such a basic level of stuff that people don't want to understand or learn because they always play victim card. It's always victim. Oh, our team get bullied, whatever. Like I feel bad for Newcastle fans to an extent. I actually made a video. I put my neck out on the line. I was like, I'm going to make a video about Manzambi for Newcastle fans. And then I was like, this is a risk. Even when I did it, I was like, this is a risk because every transfer they do gets hijacked. And then it got hijacked. And I was like, why? I thought it was like, what do I even say? But yeah, I don't know. Like I think you know, some fan bases are funny to wind up, and Arsenal fans are certainly in that as well. And Arsenal
Oh,
fans on Twitter do piss me
100%.
off as well. But it's always nice to give it back sometimes as well. Like Arsenal fans on Twitter sometimes. Every time I go on my For You page on Twitter, it's just everyone crying to Zoles. And I'm pissed off at the transfer, and I have been pissed off. But I don't need to tweet about it every 3 seconds. I get replies and people comment who are lovely, and then I get comments and stuff on some posts that do quite well, and it's just people being like, "Why is it? Why does I got this guy? And I don't want to name him because he's just weird." And he was like calling people out, being like crybabies and stuff. And I thought his name was weird. His name was a proper childish name, I think, like from to do with Arsenal. And I was like, okay. Looked at his tweets. He's got like 200k tweets every 3 seconds about it. And I was like, I think you are the problem. You are talking way too much. I have 2,000 I've been on Twitter for 7 years, and no, I've been on Twitter for like 12 years. Bear in mind, I have 2,000 tweets, and most of them in the last 6 months since I've started making content on there. Some of these people, how do you tweet 200,000 times? How is it actually possible to speak
That's
that much?
nuts.
No one cares, brother. No one cares. They just don't. I hate to say it, but they just don't care. Like, you don't need to put every thought out every second of the life. It just stresses me out so much. Like, oh my! And I get so many people on Twitter be like, "Why don't you say your opinions on it more?" And it's like, because I'm a YouTuber. Watch my content. I don't get paid on
Yeah.
Twitter. Why would I? And I don't care about Twitter. Why would I want to do? Why would I want to just like do a whole tactical breakdown of one of these players on Twitter? Why would that benefit me or anyone? I just wouldn't. Watch my videos. Like, so
Yeah, I put
annoying.
like small like snippets out every once in a while, but like, yeah, I mean, Twitter's an odd place, isn't it? X? It is a
It's
very
awful. It's awful. It's the worst it's ever
strange,
been.
like,
Everyone just says things they don't even understand. I'm sure that I won't see any tweets about Declan Rice or Saka tonight when I've been seeing all week. Everyone just, oh my mama, these guys are crap. These guys are awful. When, you know, Saka didn't even play and Rice came off and they conceded twice. You know,
No,
no
I can
talk about
tell you
anyone else.
what will be written. It'll be, oh, the pressure's off, and now they turn up.
I did
That's what
see a
it'll be.
tweet about that, and then someone went, "Didn't they win the league?" And then it's like, I hate this, and I was just so like, it doesn't make any sense to me. Yeah, I'm glad that. Well, I'm a bit annoyed in my fantasy for that Saka's got a hat trick. It's a guy against me, Adam, but like, it's fine. I'm happy for him. I guess he could have just scored like one and got assist or something.
I mean,
You know, he'd
what
get a
did
whole
he
hat
end
trick.
up with goals and assist wise then?
He got a hat trick, just a hat trick, I think.
Because,
'Cause he
well,
did
no, I
score.
mean
He
overall in
scored.
the tournament now.
Oh,
Like, he
3
would have been
goals, 3 assists. He did get a 4th goal in that game, but it was offside by
like
just a
across all
smidge.
tournaments now, international wise. His record must be insane.
I mean, he's like the 5th top England goal scorer in the World Cup history ever.
Yeah.
Behind 2 of them. One of them's Bellingham, but one of them's Kane. It's like,
Yeah.
I love how Bellingham just came on and scored a 98th minute, gets 7 goals. Yeah, screw you, Kane. Bellingham was the best player for England in this tournament. He deserved the most goals. He was
Yeah.
way better than Kane. Way better than Kane. I was so impressed by Bellingham. I'm happy for him because everyone also was talking smack on his name for no reason.
I was
He's a
gonna
good
say that,
player.
yeah,
Why
mad smack.
why is everyone so horrible, man? This whole country is built to break people down. You know, there's good players. Why are we going at these guys? Just calm down. It's fine. You know, it is what it is. I think Tuchel's more to blame than a lot of the players, to be honest. I genuinely do. And I'm not a guy that usually thinks that. I'm a very much manager over player guy, but not this time. You know, if Martinelli's messing up a one-on-one, people will still blame Arteta. You know what I mean? And I'm like, wow, there's certain level to how much I blame Arteta, but no.
Yeah, and I think if you asked me before the tournament, I would have said actually because I like I think you mentioned it earlier about the squad like building from Tuchel, and I was like, well, actually, I quite like he hasn't just gone for names, and he's. I thought at the time, he's obviously really planned for all scenarios and how he's going to get through the tournament and navigate like injuries and people not being 100% fit. But apparently not. Apparently he's just done whatever's popped into his head at the time. Like the Argentinian one, like
I
that was
genuinely think
bad.
wow, I don't know. It comes down to bravery at the end of the day, and he wasn't brave, and I hate that out of anything. Like, I think there's game states where you should go defensive. Don't get me. I hate this whole like, oh, why do you go defensive so early? I think if you're Arsenal in that situation, I would be like, okay, it makes a little sense, but not against Argentina who want the ball. You know what I mean? Who have the greatest player of all time, who's just the most technical player I've ever seen in my life. I probably wouldn't give him the ball. But it's fine because tomorrow, Mikel Merino is going to score the winner. I'm going to be wearing my Spain shirt. I'm going to be sitting there singing the national anthem. Then when Merino scores, I'm going to take my shirt off, run outside and go Vamos. And I'm going to be very, very happy. And I'm going to be like, yes, screw you, Argentina. Arteta and Spain have won the World Cup and all our boys have won and they can come home with medals and then it's a good environment and then everyone's happy.
Everyone's happy.
Everyone's
on a
happy.
quiet night, on a quiet Sunday night in Norwich. Just you topless swinging around a Spain shirt.
I do. Yeah, I'm a big Spain guy actually. I'm a big Spain guy, so happy to see Spain win the World Cup. I'm already saying it; they've already won, in my opinion. Don't even need to watch a game. It's already
By the
done.
way, guys, sorry, I haven't been able to bring up the chat because after I had technical difficulties, it's suddenly all messed up. So just quickly read these out. Big up, Ryan. Thanks, mate. So smash the like button if you haven't had already. And hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell for notifications. And then we've got Ali Gama, who's saying, yo, we're streaming live during the Sakahate. Yes, we were.
The live reaction to it as well. So
there is, yeah. Which
we've
never done a watch along, probably because you would disappear halfway through.
We do a watch along of something I don't care about. Like, oh no, this is cool. And then, yeah, the funny thing is when it's a football game that I don't have like anything involved in, I love it. Like,
what
even
about
if it's
the
like
pre-season
fantasy
games, like the Emirates Cup?
I do like the Emirates Cups, to be fair. Good vibes because it's just like you just learn, you know what I mean? I mean, I didn't like the Tottenham one last year. You guys remember that? That was awful. That game was awful. And I remember the videos after it. I think James did a video being like the same problems. You can't break down low blocks.
Oh, he did.
But then now,
oh my god, he did. Yeah.
And it was so true, but then like we got lucky because no one decided to play low blocks for half the season. So yeah, it doesn't seem like people really want to play them that much anymore. Everyone just sort of run at you and play man to man. So it gives us a little bit of space sometimes. Yeah, I don't know. Like this preseason is going to be weird, right? Because we're not really traveling. We've only got a couple of games. And we're not even really going to have a team, right? Like Rice is probably not going to be there. Saka, none of the England boys are going to be there because they're like there now. They're just finished.
To be fair, the Spain
I can't
ones,
imagine
after winning the World Cup, they'll just come straight back anyway. None of them played.
I mean Marino. Yeah, I mean Marino's played
Marino's
a little
pre-season right now.
That is true, and the other two haven't played at all. To be fair, and then what? Saliba will probably be out injured for a bit, or like whatever. At least he's not going to have surgery, but like he'll probably have some time off.
That's massive.
Yeah, I mean, I feel him. I always have back problems as well, so I understand it. Like, you know, I've actually got a neck problem. My neck's a bit swollen actually. I don't know why. So, guys, I'm actually really ill. So, like, maybe I need to have pre-season off as well. But I'm not having pre-season off because, you know, I actually
am having back surgery over this holiday.
Oh my god! So you could do the rehabilitation and we could see how long it takes.
We could do videos of it.
And then we can learn, and then we know if Saliba has to have surgery, we know how long it's going to take.
We'll just base it off of me.
Yeah, exactly. You should do like a daily like journal, like day 64.
Not remotely the same injury or anything, same procedure. We're just going, yeah, well, this is what's happened with me. So that's
it's somewhere on the back, so it's close enough.
Yeah,
I think it's a good little content piece, you know, little journal.
No one is watching that. I can guarantee that now. Just Tom, I'm going to the Dortmund game. Oh, mate, that's class. I was trying to get tickets for the Emirates Cup, but I think it sold out really quickly.
Oh, we're also in the Community Shield. I've heard. You know that game.
Do you mean the English Super Cup?
It would have infinitely more aura if it was called the English Super Cup, infinitely. But it's got the Community Shield, which already puts it down
Pep
to
was leaving. He was counting them all.
Yeah.
Well, okay, now they count, do they? Oh, I see.
Our record in them is insane, isn't it? We always win them. We're we beat 3-0 Man City that one time, and then we were awful that season. I was like, where does that come from? Oh yeah, we played. Wait, so our first games. Oh, by the way, Arsenal.com. whoever runs this website, please can you sort it out? It is absolute. They've tried to change it up, and all the links don't work. It doesn't. You have to go. Oh my god! I was doing a video the other day, and it took me an hour to find one of the games so I could like use it to research. I used the Wolves game where Timber plays centre back to research. Oh my god, I couldn't find a link to it for ages because it's just broken. The website's just broken. Every time you go on a page, it goes error. Like they need to sort this out before the season starts. Or brackets before August 1st, because it would significantly make my job harder. Thanks, guys. Yeah. So what was our first game August 1st, and then I've got to go to a wedding on August 1st, so I won't be watching, unfortunately, guys. I know you guys care. I will not be watching the game against Genoa because I'm at a wedding. I know. Third win I've ever gone to as well. So, unfortunately, that is happening.
Congratulations. Shame you didn't invite me.
Yeah, I would imagine if I just randomly got married. That'd be like insane. I'm going also, guys, a life update. I'm really into TV shows and movies at the moment. And I'm starting a YouTube channel where I'm going to talk about TV shows and movies.
Of course you are. You can't do anything without making a YouTube channel about it.
But I'm actually committed to this one, right? Like I'm actually
okay, right? Yeah, talk me through it.
I've got a schedule. I'm going to do videos where I like even watch stuff, rewatch stuff, review it, like analyze it, stuff like that. Or I do like theory videos, and I just talk about stuff because I just need something to get me away from football, guys. It is too much all the time, and I want something fun. And also, I haven't been to the cinema in 3 years. 3 years, and I'm going to watch Odyssey, The Odyssey on Monday, Christopher Nolan movie, and I'm going to watch Spider-Man that comes out next Wednesday, not this Wednesday, next Wednesday. So I'm going to be watching them, guys. I'll give a comprehensive review. I used to study films, but I haven't really I'm a more TV show guy, you see. I'm not really a film guy, but I used to study films in college, so it's like a very long time, but I'm sure I'll be fine. So yeah, guys, that was a life update.
If you could do a review of Odyssey, that'd be great, because I've tried to look up, and it's quite evident that some people have been paid to say certain views. I'm like,
that is the problem with all, because I've been trying to like learn about how like making content around TV shows and movies work. I've realized how much of that actually is involved, right? Like there's actually a lot of that, but there's not even big channels, right? TikToks that have like 40k followers will literally get paid to advertise a thing because they like because. And I think that's crazy. Like I would personally, guys, you would never have to worry about me doing that. Even with football, if Arsenal went to me, give us a good word for Soles. If I didn't like him, I'd just be like, this guy's crap, guys. But usually, I
the
like.
The funny thing is, everyone watching this is like, you definitely would. Definitely would.
I definitely have in my video, in this podcast, I'm much more probably negative than in my actual videos. But I like being a bit positive. Like I think everything has pros and cons. I mean, some things have more cons than pros. But like I think like this, for instance, this Rodgers deal, like I can't spin this in a good way. But if we get Barcola, it'd be fine. I said this when you were gone. I said if we get Barcola, is everyone going to be happy? No, but I would be acceptable with that. You know what I mean? I'll be fine. If that happens, I'll be fine. I'll be like, oh, whatever. Who cares about Rodgers? Rodgers who? So I'll say, joking in a jokingly fashion to myself. No one would be there, just be me. But that's what I'll say. So that's what happens.
Wokkles, what was it? Episode 51. We're into the second half of the century here. This is that's mad, isn't it? Over 50. It took us 50 episodes to meet. That's bonkers.
Yeah, that's what we did. 50 special. That was the whole point of it, right? 50, and we met for like 2 hours, 3 hours. You met you were with my friends longer. You probably know them.
yeah. Those poor people, they must have been like, who is this bloke that suddenly joined us? And Nick, to be fair, Nick, big up Nick, joining me on the journey. It was
other than the final, the weekend was lit. It was so fun.
Yeah.
But the final did ruin it a little bit. But it was still good. It was still a good weekend. It was still just vibey to be there.
Yeah, man. Like
I got very drunk on the Sunday. I was very, very drunk.
I went back on the Sunday. Drunk. I traveled all the way back. We had a room just in case, and I was like, no, I got to get back. I got to do the right thing, get back, teach, look after the family, all those things. And we did not consider how busy it would be on the train, because I was like, we'll just get back on the train. And then everything on that line, like wherever you're going south, is on that line. So every single carriage was completely full. I've never seen anything like it. So like we were like right in the middle of this aisle, just like just real crowd.
At least you got. Some of my mates had to go home because they had work that night because they work late shifts, and they literally they tried to get obviously back to Norwich and it didn't work. So like the trains just weren't running. They like broke down, so they had to get a coach from like I don't even know like Colchester, and it took like an extra like 3 hours or something. And so they were like and then they had to go to work, and I was like, yeah, I'm you know what? I'm glad that I don't have a proper job, guys. You know what? I think that's for you guys. I think I'm all right personally.
Thanks, bub.
No
Appreciate
problem.
that.
Maybe I'll do a video. Maybe I'll do a video about Saka against for England tomorrow for you guys for some copium.
Yeah, do it. Yeah, give me something positive to like watch.
Maybe, but COD's on. I did have a whole video planned and I actually recorded it. It was so good, and I just had to scrap it because we didn't sign Rodgers. I can't believe that, man. I make all this content, I make all this plan, all this stuff out, and then they just do that. And I'm like, why do I even have a plan? Who cares? Let's rip the script up. What's the point?
That's the funny thing, isn't it? Because like, say if you did a movie review thing, it's fine. Movie's not going to suddenly change.
And yeah, exactly. It can stay forever. And also, like I said this to my dad earlier. I said there's like 4 movies that come out a year that I actually care about. So when they come out, I make a review, talk about it quickly. But other than that, I just don't care. Like I want to talk about stuff that happened like 20 years ago. Like I need something else. That with football, it's like, oh my God, like it's so annoying. I'll go to sleep. I had a nap the other day. I'm waking up at normal sleep patterns and I'll have a nap in the after. Well, I say normal. The last couple of weeks, it's been mental. I've sleep like 3 times a day at like for 3 hours each at random times. I don't think that's normal, but I'm up in the day mostly. Like I would say, I'm mostly up in the day. And like I think I had a nap the other day for about 4 hours. It was yesterday or the day before. I can't remember. And it's something big happened with Arsenal.
That's just sleeping. At
yeah,
that
but 4 hours
point,
is not. Nah, but 4 hours is not long enough to sleep. That's kind of like halfway for a nap and a sleep. You know what I mean? It's like,
it's like not. I
like
think of a nap as 20 minutes. Guys, please tell me how long a nap is in the chat.
No, and a sleep has to be like at least 6 hours.
Not a nap.
Well, they're like my naps, but like it's like I don't know, something happened with Arsenal when I woke
how
up.
many hours do you sleep for then? Is it 8 hours? Or is it...
Yeah, it has to be 8 usually, but I do this thing a lot of the times where I sleep for 4. We'll get up and maybe like work on a video for 3 hours or whatever, and then go back to bed for another 4 hours. I do that a lot. That's like YouTube thing. Like I just get so tired editing. I'm like, I have a quick nap for 4 hours, and I have 4 hours sleep, wake up, finish the video, then go back to bed.
You're really going for this? A quick nap for 4 hours? Like, I'll just go for a quick nap for 4 hours.
Yeah, I have to. Like, I can't sleep for really. Like, the smallest amount I've ever slept for really recently was like 2.5. I slept and I was like, oh my God, I was like, I barely missed anything because usually when you wake up, you miss everything. You go on your phone. I was like, nothing's happened. Right, every time you go to sleep in the day, though, I'll go to sleep and I'll wake up and I'll go on Twitter and it's like, oh my God, Arsenal haven't got this player. This player hates us. This player's leaving. I'm like, what's happened? Well, I went to bed for 3 hours.
I just had a quick nap. When I was up.
Yeah, a quick nap, exactly. That's what I say. And I go, well, it's definitely a nap.
I mean, Tom's just put in the chat. I would say the longest a nap can be is 3 hours. So sorry. That's what it is.
That's fair, but I always think like there needs to be another word then in between because I don't count 4 hours as like sleeping. That's not enough. That's like a super nap.
Super nap.
I had a super nap, guys.
I'm actually looking up now here. What is the difference between a nap? This is where we've got to. Between a nap and sleep. Come on. Where is it? Duration and depth. Oh, do you know what? You might be right here. No, it's neither.
Yeah.
Neither of us are right here. According to Google, sleep typically lasts 7 to 9 or 90 hours. So a full cycle nap is 90 minutes, a median nap 30, and a power nap is 10 to 20.
I cannot if I
So
nap
what
for
is it
10
then?
minutes, I'm chalked. Like, if I sleep for, like, a really small amount of time, one, it takes me about 3 hours to go to bed anyway, guaranteed, no matter what. This is the big issue, man. I could be so tired, like, infinite I haven't slept in, like, 20 hours, we're talking, and I just cannot sleep because all I'm thinking about is video. The best times I have for video ideas are when I'm showering and when I'm about to sleep. The only times I think about good video ideas. When I'm sitting at this desk, nothing goes on in this brain. No, I don't think about anything. I don't think of ideas. Sometimes I see someone on Twitter, obviously, and I'm like, oh, yeah, make a video about Rogers. I can understand that, but I never think of cool ideas. But when I'm about to sleep, oh my god, my notes app on my phone is crazy. There's just loads of video ideas I just think when I'm
To be fair,
sleeping.
I am the same. I hate that.
It's
I get
so
in bed and
annoying.
I'm like, oh, right. I've got one here. Look at this. This is just obscene. No, you're gonna have to close that one out. Look, all of this. This is all just stuff on like a video. Like, what is wrong with me? Blind ranking, golden boot winner. Why is that come in my head? And I know I'm not going to do the video. I know I'm not. I'm not.
No, yeah, exact same. Bro, I put so many on here, and then I won't even look at it for 3 days, and I look at it and be like, "Look at this idiot! Look at this idiot! This
Look
idiot!
at this
This idiot wanted me to talk about like this." Sometimes I do them, and like some of these, I actually did read. Like some of these shorts that I came up with actually were really great ideas. So I'm amazing sometimes, but it's just like there's just so much on it. There's a lot of gaming stuff on there that I'm like never gonna do. There's a lot of maybe, there's some of these are funny. Some of these that are gonna be on the, TV show thing is gonna be funny, but I don't know. It is just that weird moment. The shower makes sense because a lot of people say, "I don't listen to music in the shower." That is where you think the most. I always think in the
Yeah,
shower, but that's quite normal. But sleeping is just a pain in the ass. Like, just go to bed, you know? Just go to bed. It's so annoying.
mate. While we're on this, let's do one of these games a minute. You ready for this?
Oh god.
So you're going to choose. Yeah, we'll do this. You're going to choose between two World Cup captains. Okay. So there's 5 rounds. You're just going to choose between some captains. Ready?
Okay.
First one, Dino Zoff versus Casillas.
Well, I never watched Dina Soft play, so
So Casillas?
yeah. I
Okay.
actually like Casillas as well, even though he did have that weird thing where he, like, pretended he was gay and then he wasn't gay and then he said he got hacked and now he, like, really likes gay people and always
Oh,
defends them.
yeah.
But, like, respect to him for going out and defending them now, I guess. But that was a bit weird for debacle. Bit of a
Yeah, what?
strange guy, but fair enough.
Yeah, I don't remember anything ever. Is that what happened?
I remember
Oh,
that, and then I remember him crying at his press conference at Real Madrid. That's my 2 memories of Casillas.
yeah, I remember that one. All
I
right,
did
next
watch him
one.
loads, but yeah.
Right, moving on swiftly. Philip Lahm versus Cafu.
I feel like you know what I'm gonna say here. Well, I never watched Cafu play, so okay. Might go Philip Lahm
God,
here,
you are
guy.
missing out.
Nah, I feel like Cafu's a better player though, by what I've heard. And I'm not like I don't really care about Philip Lahm that much. He was really good in Euro 2008, and I've got a DVD of that. And I used to watch the goals over and over and over again, even though I didn't watch the tournament because I was 7. But like, and we weren't in it, so it's like why would anyone care? But I care. I thought the tournament's cool. Um, I don't know. Lahm's just the worst Kimmich, right? I don't know. That's that a hot take. I feel like Kimmich is better, no? Yeah, Kimmich is better. Kimmich is a
I
better
think
Lahm.
Kimmich is better. Wow.
Kimmich can do more. He's a bit much more of like
I
a
think
like a
Lahm's better
midfielder,
as a right back, but Kimmich is
right
better as a
back.
midfielder.
Yeah, I feel like if you
Yeah.
put Lahm in midfield, he's worse than Kimmich in right back. But then obviously because Lahm is like wasn't Lahm's not that big, and that makes sense. But I
No,
don't really care.
no.
I don't really care. That doesn't fit my agenda. I'm gonna say Kimmich is better. So screw Lahm. Let's put Cafu in.
Nice. Right, next one. Oh, this is a big one. Maradona, Messi.
Messi, get that drug cheat out of here. If you had said bloody Mikel Marino, I would have picked him over Maradona. I don't care. I don't count people that cheated.
Fair enough.
You
Next
cheat
one.
once, you always cheat. You know, you're hearing this Yannick Sinner. I don't really care about Yannick Sinner, but Pat, he did the same. Bradley Wiggins. Yeah, all sports. If you cheat and you get done for it, then I don't respect you.
Yeah, fair enough. I'm with you
Only
there on
person
that.
is HIJACK from COD. He gets a pass. He gets a pass.
Our penultimate one. So 3 captains here. So you got to do 1, 2, 3. Beckenbauer, Moore, Cannavaro.
I kind of have an agenda against Cannavaro because, like, he won the Ballon d'Or and, like, I don't care. Like, it's because he won the World Cup, right? Um, And I just like I feel like he's one of the only defenders to ever win the Ballon d'Or, and I don't think Cannavaro is like one of the greatest of all time. Obviously, I understand that that's like in context of like that year he maybe deserved it, and other years other people haven't deserved it, so it's hard to depend. Like that doesn't mean you're better than someone because you won the Ballon d'Or and they didn't, because it's year dependent, right? Like
Yeah.
Cannavaro isn't better than Neymar because he won a Ballon d'Or and Neymar didn't. But like, I don't know why I compared that. Poor Neymar, centre back and a
I
winger.
was
I don't know
like,
how I compared that.
I
It's
was
like,
in my head going, I don't know how to compare these two. My brain was just like, nah.
um, I want to put more because who was the other one? Who was the
Beckenbauer.
Beckenbauer? Isn't Beckenbauer a bit of a weirdo nowadays? See, that's all I know because I'm like
Is
so
he?
just so. I swear he's a strange. I swear he got banned from football. And he's not allowed to go to events because he said stuff. I don't know what he said. If he criticised like the owners at FIFA, then that's more valid than you saying some other crazy stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what he said, but I'm pretty sure he got banned from football because he was a bit crazy and he's done some not good things. So I don't know that fully, but from that assumption, I'm going to go for more. Also, England. Also, I think, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, he was banned for 90 days for failing to cooperate with an inquiry. I have to look into this.
He just went, nah, I'm all right,
Next
guys.
episode, I'll go into detail with this. So what are you going for? So number 1,
We're going more.
number 2, Beckenbauer? Or do you hate
More.
Cannavaro that much?
Oh, nah, go Beckenbauer. Beckenbauer's probably a better player. I don't know. I don't really count football back in that days, but fair enough. I've actually watched Beckenbauer play for like once, and I don't think I've ever. I probably have watched Cannavaro play, but I don't remember it. I remember watching Beckenbauer play once.
He genuinely was unreal. Well, I mean, all 3 of them were. But it's hard because I watch Cannavaro properly, if that makes sense. The other two, not so
Yeah,
much.
yeah.
Although I will say this, Nesta was better than Cannavaro. That's what I think. Although I think Nesta is one of the best centre backs of all time.
I feel like Nesta has more vibes. I feel like.
And last one, I mean, this will be hard for you because you probably haven't watched either of them. So,
I feel like same with all of them.
Dunga and Deschamps, who you'll know because he is currently a manager.
Wasn't Dunga also a manager of Brazil?
Yeah. I want to say Dunga one season when Cafu won the World Cup. Dunga, I could be wrong here. I want to say he like broke his arm or dislocated his shoulder or something. Because in training for Brazil, he went in goal, tried to save something, and then like mangled himself, so he missed the whole World Cup.
Mango, what the hell? So Dunga managed Brazil in the 2016 World Cup, and then after that, he hasn't been seen again.
Yeah, man, yeah, I'm all good.
I feel like I just remember these guys because they're both manager. I literally couldn't even tell you, to be honest. It's like when people say, Platini. I genuinely didn't know Platini was like a good player until he got
Oh,
suspended.
really?
Until he got the whole suspended thing at FIFA. I genuinely didn't know. I just thought he was just some old ass unk that was like part of
No
FIFA.
way.
I didn't realize because I was like, this is so. I was like, well, I was like teenager at the time. I was very young, and also it's just like some guy from. I was like, who's this unk? Why do people care about him? And then I realized after that, oh, he's got all this like accolades. He did all these. He's one of the best players. He's he scored loads of goals. And I was like, oh, I didn't even. Didn't even know that. Like I didn't even know that at all. I don't know. I feel like the problem is with all these people is that you know, you live long enough, you turn into the villain or something. So I feel like they all. I
Did you
just
just do a
it
Batman
might.
quote?
Yeah, it might be a Batman quote. I was kind of
I'm
thinking
pretty
that,
sure.
but
I'm sure it's like.
I've been talking about Batman a lot the last 2 days, so it might be a Batman quote. I've been thinking about Spider-Man, but yeah, it might be a Batman quote. Yeah, I did do a Batman quote. It's a good quote though, really.
I love the way you're like, I might have done. I don't know. Yeah, I did one. Couldn't admit it.
I just said,
Just
I don't know. These people
so
were
you
so.
got a guess on this. Who you going with, Deschamps or Dunga?
Let's go Deschamps because I don't know. I just like Brazil. I'm like, do you know all the stuff I had with Brazil? I don't know if I've spoke to you about this. Like,
All the stuff
I
you
I
had with Brazil.
I did a short before the tournament started saying that Brazil's team sucks. The team are going to do nothing, and all their picks were bad. But I did it in a way that was like not like I don't think rage baity like I'm saying now. It was more like a I don't get this. I don't get why Igor Thiago's going. I don't get why this player's
Yeah.
going. It got 700k views and 15,000 dislikes of all Brazilian people that speaking in Portuguese cursing me, being like, "You're wrong. You're wrong." And oh boy, was I wrong? No, no, no. Everything I said was exactly right. And I did a short
Please
when they
reply
drew.
to each and every one of them.
Well, no, I did a short. I did a short after they drew to Morocco and basically said, "Look, your team sucks. Igor Thiago is awful." Oh, the memes about Igor Thiago just not being able to move in that game was hilarious. And I cooked them, and that got like 100k views. And then as when they went out the tournament, I did another short about them being out, and I was like, "Well, everything I said was right." I don't like saying that because it comes off so clickbaity, rage baity. But sometimes when you get so much pushback and hate, I'm like,
I can only imagine.
I deserved it though. Like I said at the time, like who cares about this spotty-eyed freak from the UK talking about the Brazilian national team? If I'm Brazilian, I'm like, screw this kid. Like who cares? But everything I said was right. So if if people were like cursing me and being like, "You know nothing," it's a fair enough. Like I get it. Like I said, like I get where they come from. But at the end of the day, I wasn't wrong, and nothing I said came in a clickbaity way. I said it in my general terms. Igor Thiago is not good enough to play this type of football. Everyone knows that. You watched him play in the Prem last season. Don't look at his goal tally. Look at the performances. João Pedro is a better player, and
Oh, 100%.
Igor
Bring
Thiago
him
played
on
in
for
the
a
first game,
penalty. Bring him on for
and
a
then he
pen.
never played again. So I don't know. It's so funny to me. And I felt bad because a lot of people like Brazil and I like the vibes. And Martinelli scored and that made me happy. And Gabriel got an assist, that made me happy. And then Gabriel got dunked on by Haaland and that made me unhappy. But then also happy because I was like, it's funny because it's the agenda. So it's the whole situation. I had this whole rivalry with Brazil the whole World Cup, basically.
Like, yeah. Brazil just aren't Brazil anymore to me. It's really weird for
not
me.
with the
Like looking
players
at
they
them,
pick, yeah.
I can always remember them being like this giant, this like scary team of like no one wants to play them. No one wants to play them.
They just
But
play like awful European football. It's not even like culturally with their football. I mean, that's the
no,
problem when most of your team is from plays in Europe, but Argentina's the same problem. And I don't think they play European football at all. But it's just so funny to me that like, bro, it also the fans aren't like the Endrick memes were hilarious, but Endrick is not like wasn't really very successful when he played. They were so angry when Martinelli came on for Neymar, and I was like, bro, Neymar can't kick a ball. Like Martinelli
yeah,
came on and won in that game. And then they played Martinelli and Cam, by the way. Hilarious.
I know that
We didn't even play him there for us.
The
Like,
World Cup is wild.
it's so
Like
funny. There's
when
just so
people
many
go,
funny
"Oh,
things.
like it's the pinnacle of the sport." Like I get what they mean. Like I think it's probably the competition you like as a kid. You'd be like, "That's the one I want to win." But
Yeah.
Champions League, the quality is better because
Can,
it's the players who are like. Do you know what I mean?
I got a good question for you, like if it
Mm,
ends it or whatever, but who do you think is going to win the Ballon d'Or now? The World Cup's open because
mm.
anyone can win it. Because England and France are both not won the tournament. If Messi wins the tournament, are they just going to give it to Messi? Like maybe, but
Oh
Messi's not. But
God!
Messi's not going to win the tournament, guys. So let's all not think about this weird world where he wins it again. It's not going to happen. Say Spain win it,
I
which will
think they
happen.
do. Do you know what? I genuinely think they would.
Yeah, so do I. I don't think like because I thought
That
for
hadn't
me,
even occurred to me until now. I hadn't even
I
thought
just
about it. I was like, because before I said, well, maybe Kane could go on and win it. Like, he has had an unbelievable season. Like, is he a Ballon d'Or winner? Like, do I look at him and go, Ballon d'Or winner, Harry Kane? I don't. I just don't. Like, maybe that's my own kind
he's
of.
better than Dembele, to be fair, I think. And Dembele won it. I
Maybe
don't
it's
think
the English
Dembele.
thing and the Tottenham thing, or I don't know. I just look at him and I just think, I can't put you in a list with, like, the players that have gone and won it before. I just can't.
I
But
get that. I get that. I kind of had to say, because I know Dembele's gone and got like 7 or 8 goal contributions or something in this tournament, but I do think he stat padded a bit. I think he was considerably worse in this tournament than Mbappe and Elise, and I was like, this guy's the Ballon d'Or winner out of the 3 players. It's like
yeah,
to me that's insane when I watched them play, and I'm like, I think there's a clear talent difference there. Um,
can
maybe
it?
people,
Oh no,
I
because
did. I
Mbappe's not had a great season. He's had a good World Cup, but he's
He had a good season, but it's just accolades, in it. Like he hasn't won
yeah. So
anything, so
like
he's not going to
who?
win it. Like they might, like I've seen that Yamal might be favourite, but Yamal's just not done enough in this tournament to even if they win,
And
if
he's not.
Spain win, it's well,
Yeah,
yeah, he didn't.
Champions League. He didn't really do anything.
Like they did win the league and like one of the cups, I think maybe. Oh no, I don't know if they won one of the cups. I don't know. They might have won the Super Cup, but like he hasn't done enough in this tournament. Spain are going to win this tournament on the back of Rodri, Cucurella, Laporte, and Porro, in my opinion. That's the
Poor.
that's how they're going to win the World Cup. Them 4 players have been their best players. And Marino. Marino might win it. Premier League winner. If Marino won the Champions League, Marino could have won everything. Oh,
That's mad.
Marino's
And
actually the
maybe he
best player
would
in
have
the
won it
world.
if he was fully fit.
Yeah,
We'll never
man.
know.
Bro, Marino could literally.
Who
I've seen
the
people
hell
say that.
is
Oh,
going to win it?
it's
Because
going to
say
be
if
some World
Mbappe
Cup
won it,
cheese.
I look at Mbappe and go, yeah, fairs. I get him winning the Ballon d'Or at some point. Like this year, I think it's a sad indictment of where we are. There's no
Yeah, I mean, we've had years like this to an extent. Like, I don't know. Yeah, I think they would. I
Khaleesi's
think
not
it's.
a Ballon d'Or winner.
But like, I don't think Modric is a Ballon d'Or winner, and he won it. And I don't think like I know Dembele had a good year, but he barely played. And like, I don't know, man. I don't think Dembele quality wise is a
Messi's
Ballon
going
d'Or
to win
winner
it,
in
isn't
my
he?
head. It's going to be some World Cup cheese, 100%. It's going to be someone, whoever wins tomorrow, one player from that team wins the Ballon d'Or. They might just give it to Rodri again, even though he's been injured the whole year. Did a great World Cup, should win best player of this tournament, but yeah, I don't know. There's not many options.
What are we
Like there
looking at on the
really isn't that.
power ranking thing? What's this say? All right, Yamal is 3 on this. Messi is 2, and they're saying Harry Kane 1. Elise 4, Mbappe 5.
I think Harry Kane. Like, by the way, Harry Kane in the Argentina game, in the Norway game, and in the Mexico game was awful in all 3 of them. um, bless him, but that's what happens when he's so old he can't even turn and do anything. So it doesn't even matter. He can ball play from midfield because it takes him 4 years to make a decision. So. Like the tactical reasons he does it makes sense. I think I would do it as well. But oh my god, he's so slow. It's unbelievable. It was actually pissing me off this tournament how slow Kane is. I know I'm a bit of a Kane hater. I'm not gonna lie. Like I didn't think he was very good in the Euros, and I remember got a lot of pushback, and I still don't think he was very good. And I don't think he was good in the World Cup where he scored 6 goals and just stat pad against Panama. Like,
Yep.
I know, like his goal tally and his clutch moments are so important, but I don't think his individual performances are amazing. Like he is what people call Bellingham to me. I think Bellingham's individual performances are way better. And he does get a little bit
Yeah.
stat paddy as well. But I don't know. Benham had a great tournament, to be fair. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who's going to win it. Like, because I think England and France were the 2 teams that had people that could have won it, and they both didn't win the World Cup. So it's like, I don't think Spain and Argentina really have anyone at that level. But I'm hoping to see at least a lot of Arsenal players in the top 30. That's my goal and my aim. So that's what I hope for. But, Marino, top 30. Here we come.
I actually think the top 3 is going to be Mbappe, Yamal, and Messi.
I can't see, like, I don't know. Maybe, yeah. I feel like Mbappe definitely, like, on performances, deserves to be in the top 3. Like, I think people in this World Cup have started to wake up to be like, this guy actually is good. He isn't just some like crybaby dictator who is just awful. He genuinely is an incredible footballer who is like the best in the
I mean,
world.
I think he's that on top.
Yeah. But it's like people think he's that without the footballing apart, but it's like he can be that to an extent because he is so good. He got 10 goals in this World Cup overall. He's the top goal scorer in World Cup history because Messi won't score tomorrow, guys. So that will obviously like hold up. So last time I said this, I made a short when Mbappe took the lead at the start of the tournament, and I was like, "This is it. He's beaten Messi's World Cup legacy." And then Messi went and scored a hat trick.
Messi comes back, yeah.
I was like, it's so stupid. What a stupid ass thing. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know who wins the Ballon d'Or. Maybe they should just give up, like they did with the Lewandowski year. We can't be asked. Sorry, Lewandowski. Let's not do it.
That's mad. I still find that crazy.
Yeah,
Which is worse, that or Henry not winning it? I
feel like that's pretty bad. Did Ribery get screwed over one year in 2012? Because he always goes on about it, but I don't know. I can't remember how bad it actually was, but he just cries about it all the time. So
I don't think it was actually that bad because I think did Ronaldo win it that year?
Oh yeah.
I think he did, but it was like in terms of like his GA, it was insane. So it's like,
I'm pretty sure this shirt is from that time. This might be 2014. This is a Ronaldo Portugal shirt. I think it's 2014, maybe this shirt.
Oh, it might be.
But yeah, I think that was around. I think he did win it in 2012. Yeah, because Ribery did win the Champions League, but I feel like Robben was. I feel like it was both of them. Maybe not one.
What year did it merge with FIFA World Player of the Year? Because that's the thing. They used to be separate. I think most people don't realise that.
I think they are separate again now. They weren't separate.
Oh, are they?
I think they were together for like 4 years, and then they split up again. I think they had a big falling out. If I remember correctly, because the FIFA World Player of the Year is at the end of the year, like as in like 1st of Jan, and then the Ballon d'Or is like whenever they want. I don't know, September, and it's like people still don't know. Is it count for last season? Is it count for the start of the new season and last season? No one even knows because they just make the rules up as they go. Yeah. So I don't know. We'll do it when we can get the place booked. So fair enough.
You had a pretty good game last week. Do you want it? Yeah, that's fine. So there we go. Messi is going to be Ballon d'Or winner this
No, he's not. He's not good. Marino. Whoa. Marino's going to win.
Marino.
Every time I speak about Marino, I've got to go Marino whoa at the end. I do it all the time. My friends get so annoyed with me.
I'm not surprised. Are we live next week? What are we doing next week? I think I might be able to actually go live next week.
What's the date next week? 24th. Yeah, what Arsenal hopefully by then have done something. Hopefully. A lot of hopes.
Yeah, but we're going to get Barcola by then.
Yeah, we would have gone, right, listen here, mate. Screw Liverpool. We don't care about them. Where did they come last year? 4th, 5th? Who cares? And then we go, we're top of the league, buddy. We're top of the league. Come here. You can start every game. This is our new boy, Christos Tozolis, the new guys from Club Brugge. Look at him. And you could be partners.
Hey.
Yeah, and everyone cheers, and then we get him in. And then we get
and then we go and win another title.
What's your confidence levels for winning a title next year?
That's really not good.
Yeah, no, mine are not good either. I really do think some of these teams are like getting good players in, and I'm like, I'm a bit worried, guys. They're buying some good players for once.
Like, it's funny because originally I was like, just win the league. We probably won't win it next year. That was my original plan because I've never seen us retain it. I've seen us win the league before. We never retain it.
My dad
so I was like, well, just go and win it, and then we would. It's all good. We maybe 2 years, 3 years, we go win it again.
When we were saying, oh, let's play this awful football and kill the players, it's fine because we win our league title. Now we're in the situation where the players can't kick a ball, and we're going into the summer without a team. I'm like, I don't know, guys. I don't think it was worth it.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, can we get the players back, please? I don't know.
It's all our linchpins as well. It's all like the key players, isn't it? Like if you could pick worst players, there's only probably David Raya. There's like, it is mental that we've got
I agree with that.
Those players out. And for prolonged periods, it looks like as well. So I just think, we're not...
At least most of our players got like good rest over the summer, barring like Odegaard, but he barely played last year because of injuries, and then the England boys, really.
Yeah.
Everyone else
that first game, you can have David Raya, Calafiori can play, and I think he's going to be key at the beginning of the season. Like,
He always is. He always is.
maybe it's an opportunity that, and this sounds crazy, that you're losing Saliba, and I'm then saying this. Maybe it's the opportunity to leave Gabriel out and then go with Calafiori as a left centre back to build up
Try it.
play from there. And then you can use, like, say, Mosquera or someone else like Ben White. Maybe that's the plan. But I don't
And
know.
we play
Hincapié
and we
comes in.
he wouldn't do I don't think he'd do that first game this season to set a precedent or like
Mm,
but we do play Coventry. Like that's easier than our second and third, fourth game or whatever. We've got some tough games. Like
yeah,
I
that's
would rather
true.
do that. I would rather do that in that game personally. I agree with you. Like
Is that home?
yep, on a
Yeah.
Friday. First game of season.
And
So
then
night time.
midfield, what, like Miles, Zubimendi, and
Someone else, I guess. Yeah. I had to like you know who I would just play Ethan.
yeah.
I feel like Ethan's gonna stay now. I made a short
Was
about
that
him leaving.
before? It would have gone on. Noddy plays out wide, but he's played the whole bloody World Cup now.
Dalman start. We'll play Dalman, Ethan,
He might have
Zubimendi,
to.
Miles, and then on the left wing, I don't know anyone who's at the club at that point. Who knows? Who knows who
Solis.
that's gonna be? Yeah, probably
Sorted.
Solis, I guess. And then up front, we just go for Havertz. Havertz and Gyökeres went out in the same round, which is kind of funny to think.
Yeah,
I
that's
wouldn't have
funny.
expected that in the tournament.
I am interested to see how much game time each one gets, because I'm not surprised Havertz, in Arteta's mind, finished the season and played in those big games. And just from, what Arteta reverts to. But I think Gyökeres actually at the end of the season was really good. I think he really started coming into it. So it'll be interesting to see if they just go similar to last season and have it struggles, or I don't know.
Gyökeres might be gone by that point. I still feel like his future is kind of up in the air a little bit. I do think he'll stay,
Swap
but
there.
like,
How mental is that? That I said it on this pod to you. Do you remember I said our swap deal, Alvarez and Gyökeres, and that was, I mean, that might have been like January or something. I said that, and I was half joking, and then it came out, and I was like, I genuinely said that. But
yeah, I mean, maybe they're listening. I mean, even I've heard that maybe Barca, who still want a striker, if they can't get a striker, maybe they're just going for him. Oh, okay, yeah, take him. No, I feel like it's me, and I don't mean it like that. Like, I don't mind if he stays. I like Gyökeres, but like, yeah, you can have
I
him if
think
you want.
he's getting like a raw deal to a certain extent, because regardless of anything, it's like, when I said about you look at the players individually and they didn't do great, the ones that came in, but he led the line to a Premier League win.
When he was
That's what
fit
he's
the whole
brought in to do.
season, at least he was
Yeah.
fit. I mean, I do think
I
that, like,
genuinely, if we didn't buy him, I don't think we would have won it.
no.
We could have bought someone else that's better, maybe. And
I think you could say the same about pretty much every player we signed. I think if we don't have them, we don't win the league. But I also think that like we could have bought better players. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that can happen for nearly all of them. I think. I mean, I do think if we was to sign Alvarez and sell Gyökeres, I don't trust Alvarez and Havertz to be our only two strikers when my boy Havertz has been injured the whole time. We would have, you know what they would do? Then we'd go to Club Brugge again and be like, "Hi guys, can we get Tresoldi in? We've been linked with him before, and then we buy Tresoldi in as our third option." It's like we just go to Club
God,
Brugge.
that's gonna happen, isn't it?
If that happened, like, would you rather Alvarez and Tresoldi or Gyökeres? What would you rather have? Because I think
Alvarez and Tresoldi.
yeah, yeah, I was thinking the same. I was thinking I'd probably take them actually. To be fair,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Jesus and Gyökeres. Oh God.
Yeah, absolutely not. Get this brother out of the club. Get this brother out. Get him
Do you know
out.
what? When they said 20 mil for Jesus, they're like, "Oh, that's the minimum we're going to sell him for." I was like, "There's no way he's going for like 5 mil or for free. It's going to be a mutual termination." And now I'm looking, going, "Do you know what? In this market, you probably could get 20 mil for him."
Well, that's what they're trying, because Milan want to spend 12 mil on him, and I've been saying that maybe we should just take the 12 mil. I don't know, man. His wages are so bad. Just take the 12 mil. I don't really care. I know people on Twitter will be like, "We're selling is so bad," but I just think at certain points, some of these players we just need to get rid of. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, I don't care if it's a little bit less than what
I just
people
don't
want.
need to see him anymore. I just
Yeah,
don't.
I
I'm over
know.
it.
Maybe if Brazil brought him, they would have been better.
Mm.
Yeah, I doubt it. Yeah, I doubt it. But
Can we get Kroupy in? I mean, Kroupy's going to cost 100 mil plus now.
the creepy situation is so weird because it doesn't. Everything before the summer was like Bournemouth don't want to sell. They want to sell him next year and keep him for a year because they want to play him with Rayan because Rayan's that other big
Yeah.
talent. And then like that guy who's basically the hand of Arsenal of I don't know if you've seen it. There's a guy who's basically the hand of Arsenal for Tottenham fans. I don't know what he's called, like TBL or like something else. He's called something, and I know he's a very like reliable ITK that a lot of Tottenham fans believe in. And he's been talking about how they've agreed personal terms. They're deciding if they want to go for Creepy, but they've been trying to trying to get a deal agreed for ages. I don't know if that's going to happen though, because maybe Bournemouth are saying no and they just go for Savinho and do something else. But Spurs are trying to get him and have been trying to get him for a couple of weeks now. I kind of heard. So, I mean, if there's something there, there's something there. You know what I mean? There might be
Mm.
something to do. There might be some sort of deal there. It will cost a lot of money though, which is the whole like Rodgers thing. It's still going to cost over 100 mil, but I don't know. You've been early on this creepy train. I do think it makes us play different systems, but I mean, I just want good players. So,
Barcola and
so
Kroupy coming in would be just that's a great window.
would be fun.
But
Yeah, would be fun.
but I genuinely think that's going to be like 250 mil just for
Yep.
those two. Like
And then 80
that's
mil for
nuts, isn't
Bruno,
it?
and then we need to buy what are we even doing with Odegaard? That brother is still there. Is he leaving? Is he
I
staying?
I've been told he might be signing a contract extension, a year extension.
Oh my god. Sure. Yep. I'm
Which
definitely more on the out train than I am on the in train. I know a lot of people are a bit more
mm,
on the in train, but I've done so much research on this guy. And I know exactly how Odegaard plays to the T, and I think it is a very vital component to have sometimes. And I don't know if I just don't I don't know
I
if
just
it's
think with
worth
the
the squeeze.
we've pigeonholed ourselves into this problem where no, I was like very much like get him out. I don't know if you remember. I was quite adamant, just get him out. I want to play Eze now. Like, just move on, move away from that. The league's moving away from it. The club are moving away from it. Just move on. Just God, it's like you're stringing them along. Like, but now I'm looking, going, oh, this is such a mess this summer, which is crazy that we just won the title, and now we're like kind of all like scatting around trying to work out what to do. I just don't think we can get rid of Odegaard. I cannot see us doing like say a Barcola or an Alvarez and then a Bruno and then a Fresneda or someone, and then going and getting someone to replace Odegaard. I just can't see it. And
Yeah.
I don't like the idea of this full flat three and Odegaard leaves and then you play, I don't know, like Zubi, Bruno, and Rice. Like there's something I don't like
I
about it.
I don't think Bruno. I feel like Bruno would just play. I don't think Bruno would be signed to play in a three with them too. Like I don't think that would ever happen. I
Mm.
think Bruno would only play with
That's
one
what
of
I'm
them
hoping. Yeah,
in
I'm
a
hoping
pivot.
not.
Like I couldn't imagine they play all three. Like I kind of think Bruno coming in means that Zubimendi's going to play a lot less minutes next year, which is needed to happen really.
Do
And I think
you
Rice
think
will
that
as
means
well.
in the long run he might leave Zubimendi?
Well, maybe I know a
'Cause
few
I think it was Adam
people.
Keys that said he was that Adam? I can't remember who it was
Well,
now. It might have
I
been
said to you
FK.
before the window started that there was a couple of murmurs that he kind of what might want to go back to Spain, and
Mm.
that's kind of seems like there is still more murmurs. I know Rory Talks Football has spoke about it quite a few times, but like it has been going on now for a while. But I mean, at the end of the day, the only teams that could afford the money that we would want for him is Real Madrid and Barca, and I still don't know what Real Madrid are doing with their midfielders, and who knows what Barca are doing ever, really, to be honest.
I don't think
So
they
it's
do.
like, yeah, no, I don't think they do until like a day before. So it's like, I don't know. Like, I reckon he just stays. But I don't think if Odegaard leaves, he has to be replaced. I know people will say, yeah, but we have no one that can play that game style. But it's like, I don't know, man. We have enough players that can play in them positions. You just got to find a way to make it work. We still have
Yeah.
Ethan. Like Ethan can play similar ways to Odegaard, not amazing, but at least he plays inside the block. Odegaard doesn't do that. Um, I guess Ethan's going to stay as well because the one team that wanted him was Dortmund, and they're getting Caritas, who we also were linked to before. So it's like, I guess we're just going to keep Ethan. I don't mind that if we play Ethan as a right winger.
I like that. Like
Let's play
I
him as a
think he
right
should be on
winger.
loan personally, but I like him staying. He's got certain attributes that other players don't.
If we should play him as a winger as well, I think more. I don't know if I trust little Noni Madueke, especially if we're talking about the start of the season. Saka and Madueke aren't going to be fully fit and need time off. Play Ethan right wing. I'd rather that. I don't see why not. Instead of putting Martinelli out on the right.
Like if things go to plan though, this is the crazy thing that it's been a bit doom and gloom, but you look at it and you could go right a midfield options. This is Bruno, Declan Rice, Zubamendi, technically Marino, although I don't really like him in midfield, but there we go. Martin Odegaard, Eze. Like you look at go, God, that is like real depth. Did I say Miles Lewis Kelly? I don't know if I did or not. Like,
and then they wanted to sign Rodgers, who is practically a wing fielder. It's like I get it.
And then you've got
but oh yeah. Oh. Oh, he is frozen. Sorry, guys. I don't know if anyone's still there, to be honest. Oh, there is people here. Hi, guys. Just me. I don't think the chat's working, so it's just me, and I can't see what you guys are saying. So this is gonna be a fun conversation. I don't really have a lot to say. I feel like I've spoken a lot, which is something I do quite a lot. It's not looking great for Arsenal. I'll say that, but I'd say give it a week. If there's not really much movement in a week, then I'm even more concerned. But I'll give it a week. You know what I mean? I'll give it a little bit of time, see what they do, see what they cook up, trust them a little bit. Yeah, I think that's. Oh, hello.
Borders connection. It's happened again.
Yeah, that's a bit of an L. That is an L, guys. Everyone spam L in the chat. So that's what streamers do. That's what streamers do, guys. If you guys cheeky little plug, if you guys want to vote for me for Football Content Awards nominations, that'd be very appreciative. Hopefully,
I was about to say, you using my channel for promotion, and I was like, all 800 subscribers I've got. Do you know, my children laughed at me earlier about this, right? So I'm on the different knot on TDK Plus, and they were like, "Oh, how many subscribers have they got?" And it was like, I don't know, 30-something thousand, 36,000, and they were like, "Oh, why is it TDK Plus?" And I was like, "Oh, it's like the second channel." And my son was like, "What's the first channel got?" It's like over 100,000 subscribers. And they're like, if you took away yours, they'd still have over 100,000. I was like, yeah, thanks, kids. Really appreciate that. Like, yeah. Nothing like getting ribbed by kids less than 10 years old.
I didn't even tell anyone on my own stream, and I had it in my video, and I didn't release the video because, you know, Roger's now going to Chelsea. Oh, I've just actually fugazed this. Absolute mess, guys. Never gonna get nominated for a Football Content Award. God, that was my only chance. Like,
where do we vote for you? Again. Where do we vote?
There's like a link. I got sent a DM, and then I need to set like there's a link. But the problem is, I feel so awful telling people to do it, especially like friends and family, because on there it's like, oh, right, why this person deserves it. And I'm like, bro, I don't like. It's just such a little effort. Like even I find that effort, and I'm voting for myself.
I'll do it, mate.
And there's effort, and yeah, I was like, hopefully one day I'll get nominated for a couple of the awards, because you know, guys make a lot of videos sometimes.
Let's have a look here. What I'm looking here. Content Creator Awards, Wokkles. And it's just come out with Tim Waltz.
No, you just need it. Basically, it's just like a submission form. So it's like you just go on the Content Creator Awards website, and then is that what it's called? Am I losing my head? Football Content Awards. That's what it's called.
Thanks, Meat Magnate, by the way, for giving me my L. Oh, no, he said, our transfer window so far. Thanks, bud. I jumped to a conclusion. Though
No,
Solis
I
does
don't.
promising. Yeah, he does.
Yeah, we've got Solis and Melier, guys. Yay.
By the
Yay.
way,
And we got.
were you sketched out by Melier's voice? I was like, oh,
He
it's
sounds like
like,
Batman.
yeah. I was like, oh, I was going to go with William Saliba, but you're on the
Uh,
Batman train tonight, aren't you?
yeah, I know. I remember I was on call with my mate when he signed, and I was like, "Why does he sound like Batman for?" I thought it was quite funny. I was like, "Oh, it's so funny." I saw another tweet being
Amelie.
like the two goalkeepers that I've criticised the most have come to Arsenal, and I saw someone tweet that, and I was like, "That's so real, so it's literally exact same." I was like, "Can't really Kepa and Melier here, like what is going on?" I thought,
Which one do you prefer?
"What Kepa or Melier?"
I'm not saying which one's better, but which one do you prefer?
Kepa, at least he's got something about him. Melier cannot like literally. When you think Kepa's bad, watch
Yeah,
Melier.
that's true.
He's way worse. Like I cannot do anything. He can't even play the ball in his feet. At least Kepa can somewhat, a little bit. At least Kepa
Everyone's
can
one.
kind of catch a ball. Some keepers. Oh my god, the amount of goalkeepers in this tournament in the World Cup who just refused. Oh my god,
Mate,
Jordan
you are.
Pickford just cannot catch a ball. And there was 20 minutes against Norway where England were giving away corner after corner after corner, where Norway actually scored and got disallowed because Haaland pushed Anderson over because Pickford can't catch a ball. If that's Raya, he catches that ball, we don't have to worry. And that was the first time I I think people
Little
I
T-Rex
realized,
arms.
but it's the first time I realized that, oh my god, having a keeper that can catch a ball is just so vital. That's 20 minutes of just pressure gone. And I was like, oh my god, like Miss Raya. Every time Simon, by the way, doesn't catch a ball, I'm like, well, what did I say? He's not even
And
bad this
ironically, they'll
tournament,
probably
but
go on and win the World Cup now. Someone jumped at me.
yes,
Did you see I was on well, you did because I brought up your comment. Did you see that? I plugged you. I said, everyone go
I was
subscribe to
in there for
Waffles.
a bit. Yeah, I saw you guys
Yeah.
talking about Odegaard, and I was like, I'd probably sell him, and then I left.
I did
So
you? Oh, I didn't
I
see that.
said what I needed to say.
Yeah, I said it's a little bit of a mess what's happened with the goalkeeping situation at Spain. And someone like jumped on it like it's so ignorant to call it a mess. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not saying it's like a catastrophe because it's evidently not. They're like, they're in the final of the World Cup now. They've done all right. I think they only conceded one goal. How many goals they
Yep, to
conceded?
Decathlon against Belgium.
Yeah. So like I mean, I can't really say they've made the wrong choice if they're
But
going
to
through.
me, it like makes no. It's not. I feel like Simon. I was actually thinking like, who is my tournament team of the tournament? And I was like, I guess by like Privy, he just has to be Simon. But I don't think he's been great. I just think every other keeper's had like massive mistakes in games this tournament. Like they've been so evident. They've
Yep.
lost their team games. So I'm like, I can't give it to you. But Simon's had nothing to save all tournament. The XG that Spain have given up this tournament is like nothing, and it's because of their
Yep.
defenders. Like the whole defense has been incredible, all four of them, and they've, to me and Rodri, been the best players for Spain this tournament. And I'm
Yep.
like, Simon's been fine. He hasn't had to do anything though. Ryan could have done that role. So could have Garcia. Would have made no
Mhm.
difference to me. I get like who cares? They're going to win I hope they win the World Cup. I really do. I know I'm
Yeah, I
wearing a
really do.
Portugal shirt right now, but I don't really care. We're wearing a Spain. I also wore a Belgium shirt when Spain played Belgium, but I do like Spain. It's just like it's Trossard, isn't it? Trossard was on the pitch, and when they brought Trossard off and they brought Marino on, switch shirts. Come on, Marino, let's go. All tournament, I've been sitting there just sitting there
You're one
watching
of
my
those
Arsenal
guys who
boys.
wears a shirt underneath a shirt?
Yeah, but not even for like people do it if someone scores. I do it just for Arsenal players. Oh, Arsenal player off, one on. Get that on. It's just that's what we've got
I
to do.
love that. We say,
I
"Oh
got
god,
an
it's my
Özil
worst nightmare
Germany
in this
shirt.
heat, though."
It's not too bad. I don't know how it is like there, but it's like really, it's quite chilly here. It's
It is
13 degrees right
boiling
now,
hot.
and it's been 16 all day. It's very, very cool. It,
Oh,
There's like the
still
other week where you were
roasting here.
like, the other week it was hot in the day and it calmed down here. It was about 20 degrees. It was getting cooler. And I was like, oh, do you want to do a podcast? And you're like, it's hot here. I looked at the temperature, it's like 31 where you are. And I'm like, yeah, screw that. It's like it's 20 here. Like,
Mate,
it's all right.
I was like, if I turn on my PC, it's going to melt me. Like, I'm just gonna be like,
I've had that problem. Like when we had a day, the highest we've had is like 36, and I've had my PC on, my Xbox on. I'm trying to put my lights on to record a video. There's videos where I'm literally recording it, and I just forget what I'm saying halfway through because I'm like, I just so hot, I can't remember. And I'm like, that never happens to me. And I was like, it's just been a pain in the ass. I was so happy that it's like not that hot now. Oh, it's getting cooler.
Oh God, like one of my children got tonsillitis during the heat wave as well. I was like, oh my God, the poor kid.
Yeah,
Then,
that is
oh,
that's
just, yeah,
awful.
everything went wrong as well. So it's like, oh, the heat is just debilitating. It's horrendous.
I hate the heat. That's why I sit
I mean,
inside
I
in the
love the
in the
heat. If it's like short period, I love the heat. But we are just over here. We are not prepped for it whatsoever.
yeah,
And annoyingly,
yeah.
one of the children in my class is like, "Oh yeah, my dad does aircon." So why have you?
I feel
Why
like
are you waiting till now
everyone
to
will
tell
have
me?
to.
Well, like, can he come
Everyone
around
will
and do it
have
for
to have
free? Or
aircon. Everyone will have to have aircon, I think, in a couple of years if it just continues to be
I mean,
like this.
schools are going
Like,
to have to. I'm not honest to God.
oh
It
yeah,
has
I didn't even
been
think about that. Like, schools.
horrendous. Like we had to do like our practice for a school performance. So there's like over 500 children. And they're like, oh yeah, just get them in the hall. Like, are you
Oh yeah,
mental?
yeah, chalk
Like,
that. Yeah.
it's like, oh my God, like it's gonna be so hot. Just at times it was cooler to go outside, but in the shade outside. Because in the building
Do,
was just
when we were in high school, we weren't allowed to wear shorts. That they weren't allowed. Like in middle school, like the school
actually
that
I
you like
don't think we were. No, we
in
weren't.
middle school, so before you get to year 7, we were allowed to wear shorts, and then we went to high school, and I remember it being a massive deal because it was like everyone would literally wear shorts all the time, and then we went to high school, and they're like, "Yeah, you can't wear shorts," and we're like, "Why?" And then they just wouldn't let us, and I remember it just was a whole problem when it wasn't as bad now because of like global warming. I feel like we're getting 35-degree heat. I think the most I got when I was in school was probably like 22, but like even
Yeah.
then, that's hot, and it's like it's not fun to be in. And I just remember like I remember
We
as
we
well. We used
changed
to
the
play
school
like.
ruling to PE kits. Said like if you want to wear PE kit
Oh
in, just
yeah.
do it. Like,
We used to have a problem though, because we'd like, you go out for lunch and you play football, but because you can't wear shorts, you're like really sweaty, really hot, and then you just
mm.
go into class and everyone just stinks and they're sweaty.
And that
Remember?
material for like, do you know what I mean? School trouser material.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. Well, then
horrible.
I haven't wore stuff like proper like smart stuff ever. Funny enough, I just wear football shirts and do what I want. But now I want to go to this wedding. I've got to wear all this like fancy stuff. I'm like, what are we getting? I'm like, what am I doing here? Like, it's not me. So it's awful. It's good. I hope it's not hot. Well, please, please.
Can you wear like a suit but with an Arsenal shirt underneath?
I just wear an Arsenal shirt. Hey guys, it's my job.
That's
I've
it.
got to.
It's a really
Okay,
long
well
one.
that is the same day we're playing Como, so I might just be like, well, look, guys, like, come on, got to watch the
That's
Como Arsenal game.
do content during.
I'm sure that Arsenal player will make us all pay like a tenner to watch the friendlies. Remember they did that last year? It was like 15
Yeah,
quid. Every game it was like a fiver, and it kept adding up. And I paid that. I don't think I watched them. I think I watched one. I don't think I had the time. Oh, that's so annoying.
I pay for that. I actually did watch them, and
Because
I was like, oh,
they
I'm
were at
paying for
crazy times
pussy.
because they were in like Malaysia and stuff. And I remember being like, I'm not watching us play Newcastle at 2 a.m.
I do have one big regret about that actually about that preseason, which is not buying the white kit with the Was it Singapore? I think it was like in Singapore they had a different lettering and font like for the numbers.
Ah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well,
Oh,
have you seen the stuff with our new kit? That apparently all Emirates' sponsors are just gonna say
take the
Emirates now. No,
fly.
yeah,
Yeah.
but like if you've already bought the kit, it just says Fly Better on. So I guess that's like a unique kit 'cause you're not gonna be able to get them in this couple of weeks. And I'm like, that's so funny to me. It's like when people buy like Spain shirts or whatever, and they have like a number and name on the back, and then they go to the World Cup, and that player's like, yeah, I'm gonna be like 26.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it,
completely changes.
and their numbers are messed up.
Ah, that's interesting.
I only know that because my friend told me. I'm just not that
To be
kid. I'm
fair, I
not a kid.
saw like a render someone had taken the lettering off saying fly better, and it looked odd without it.
Yeah.
It kind
Well,
of looked like a fake shirt. Because it
my
wasn't.
friend said to me it doesn't look good. I haven't seen it, but my friend said I don't like it. I prefer the fly better. And I was like, that's kind of mad because I remember when the fly better was first in there, and I was like, well, why is it a fly better in it?
Mm.
I don't want to fly better. Why is it telling me to do things? Sorry,
Don't tell me what to do.
visit Rwanda. I don't want to visit Rwanda.
Yeah. Oh, and then we got the deal one. Oh God, just go back to like Plain shirts.
Why don't they just get my logo? I mean, I do I have to pay for that? Or can't they pay me? I don't want to pay for it.
Can they pay me
I
to
realise that
put
sponsorships
on a
work. Oh no.
multi-billion-dollar business? Yeah, why can't they just put? They could pay me to do it. They've got enough money.
Well, one of my friends was playing snooker on TV, and he was like, "Why don't you get your channel on me?" And I was like, "Who's gonna watch that?" I was like, "Who cares?" I was like, "They're gonna see my logo for
Why
like
did you
one. What
not
is?"
do that? I would love that. I would have
Because
literally just done a segment about it.
he went on Eurosport once. I didn't even know if anyone was gonna see it. I did like I don't even know if it's pointless. I'll be paying money to my mate for no reason. I feel like this is just a scam. It's not worth it at all. I was like,
I mean, well,
definitely
you to
not.
pay him as well.
Well, yeah, like as a sponsorship, as like I put my logo on his like on his thing, but I'm like, why? That the whole point of that is like no one will care. Like it's just pointless. No one even knows what my logo would mean, and then no one would be able to search it or look or whatever. It'd be pointless. Like
That's so true.
I don't have like yeah, that's a great like you if you just put WF on a wall, everyone's gonna be like WF. Like it doesn't like it's
Could you put the Wackles YT, like at Wackles YT somewhere down his arm?
maybe I would have to have like a whole new logo. Maybe one day I change logo again. Um maybe I change my name. Nah, Wackles is staying, guys. Wackles is gonna stay forever now.
What's the review channel going to be? Is it Wackles Wavoos?
It's a good name to be fair. No, it's not. It's called Reece Talks.
Reece Talks.
Because yeah, that's it. Because I had it planned for something else. But I didn't do that plan. And then I was like, I don't know if I want to be stuck to one thing like reviews. I don't want to be stuck to reviews.
Reese's Reviews.
I've already got Wackles Wrestling, Wackles F1, Wackles Gaming, Wackles, which is technically the new gaming channel. Wackles Gaming is like an old one when I was like 19, but I keep it around because my friends like it and it's cool to look back at the videos. A couple of Fall Guy shorts on there, 70k views. I got one of them. God, I was gassed at the time. My poor little Fall Guy shorts. Too many channels.
You
But
actually do have too many channels. It's
because it's just
mental.
the problem is when you make content, they always tell you have to niche down and you have to be specific. So if you put stuff on the same channel, no one will care. And then when you get like 500 subs on a channel, you like, in my opinion, you can't really pivot then because then it's too late. And I have that a lot on my channel. Like this channel, if you started doing like, I don't know, if you started doing fashion content, it'd just be pointless. Like if you named it Forder on fashion, but then you had the 800 subs from your.
I can tell you right now, if I did fashion videos, it would be pointless. It'd be me again, like, so I'm wearing another metal t-shirt. This one's from Black Sabbath. That would be it. And
You'd have to make like a new channel.
Here's me in a Pantera t-shirt.
You'd have to make a new channel. It just wouldn't work. That's like YouTube 101, unfortunately. TikTok is worse, man. People just like talk about anything. Rory talks. How many Rory talks are there? There's like 9 in there. Bless him. He's got so many. I respect it. But I was like, it's so funny. It's what you have to do, though. I understand it. But
is it like me? Forder on fashion. Forder on fashion.
No, that's what I'm saying. That your name just works with anything. Like you can talk about Forder on, I don't know, travel. Do you like a travel channel? I don't know.
Forder on
It just
travel.
works. It works. I mean, technically anything works. I just put Wackles and just put something after it.
Yeah, I was gonna say you kind of
yeah, but Reece talks. It's not different. I'm never gonna speak about Wackles on Reece talks. I'm never gonna speak about it on the other one either. So no.
You know what you need to do.
People
you need to do a review channel where you review Wackles videos. That's a good idea.
I love looking back because I've got like gaming videos from like 8 years ago now, and I'll just look back at them and I'm like, it's so funny. Like, it's just so random. Like looking at them now, I just love that. I never go back and watch my football videos because the problem is they're all like topic based. Oh yeah, why Arsenal signed this guy and we never signed him? It's like 3 years ago, so I'm never gonna watch that again.
Why are Arsenal signing Morgan Rogers?
I can't believe I was making I made one video on him, and I didn't make that many.
I was going to get you going.
Right. You should see how many videos and shorts I've done about. I have made about 20 pieces of content on Tozales. I did not, because the summer is so long. I've had to I made my first video about him 5 weeks ago, and it took so long to happen. I went all the way back and did another video on him, and I was like, well, I'm gonna have to because it's been so long. And
we messaged about the scouting episodes on TDK Plus, and obviously I have to do the thumbnails. So I'm like, do you guys want me to do like another one about, I don't know, say Nico Williams? I'm like, because it's bound to come up. I can guarantee you that. And they said about Barcola, like, we've already done one. I was like, well, that was ages ago. People were going to want another one about him now. Like
yeah, people don't really go
funny.
back and look. Like I've noticed this
Mm.
a lot. Like I don't even know. Even when you make more evergreen content in that sense of like this tactics video still holds up now. People rarely go back. Rarely do. In fact, I actually think more people find the shorts a lot easier. I find this happens a lot that people find shorts return. Like, I've worked for companies and they've had shorts to get 5k views because they talk about a player. That player signs for a team 7 months later, and the short gets like 200k views. And I'm like,
That's
that's kind of mad how that works in the short perspective, but not really like proper content, tactical
like
content
just
like
in
that.
circulation more, or
I just think it's down to how they're out, like what YouTube are promoting a bit more. I don't necessarily think it's bad. I always like bringing something new to the table, especially like sometimes. Like I always get like, this Rogers video is going to be good, guys, but you're never going to see it, so it's GG's for that. I'm sure the funny thing is, right now, I'm like, oh, I don't really have any. I have one video plan for this week. I don't have any immediate content. I'm sure we get to Tuesday and the Arsenal will be panic buying 7 wingers. They'll be having to make videos like, why we're trying to sign Nusa, why we're trying to sign it. I'm like, oh my god, guys, like, why we spent all summer doing nothing, and then in 1 week we do everything. It's the same with last year though. Remember, we did nothing for like 3 weeks, and then we bought like 4 players within 2 weeks.
Was it the Hincapié deal right at the end, which was the last one?
Yeah, Hincapié and Eze came out of nowhere in the last week. And then
Yeah.
before that, the Madueke, Gyökeres, and I think maybe Kepa deal. No, not okay. It was someone else. All happened within the space of like 2 weeks. I think it was Mascara. So that was close as well. But it's like we spent all summer faffing around, taking ages, and we just bought everyone at the same time. I was like, it's not very good for content, guys. Can we buy one a week? So then we can have a nice little trade, you know? Nice little time. I don't think they think
that's why you don't like Bear. That's why you like the bloody octopus, because you're like, you're ruining my content schedule here.
I just find
I want to have a 4-hour nap. I want to wake up, read something, have another 4-hour nap, then film it, and it's good to go.
I just think it's funny people call me the octopus, and I've been taking the piss out of that all day. Oh, the octopus! It's going well for us, isn't it, guys? Great octopus. I hate animals in the sea as well. I should have known. I just hate.
You hate what?
I just hate the sea, and I hate animals, all fish in the sea. People call them fish, don't they? Not animals, but they are animals, but they're fish. Well, are they animals? Fish different?
Yeah, fish are different. Fish are like a
philosopher's question.
Specification, kind of like if you're classifying them and you had like mammals and reptiles, you have fish. So like,
yeah, but they're like
animals
and
not fish. Huh?
They're like animals still, no?
Yeah, they're all animals.
Yeah,
yes.
that's what I was saying. I was like, are they fish or animals? But aren't they fish animals?
What has happened to this podcast?
What a podcast, guys. We should start a philosophy podcast.
I love that. That was a genuine question, but they're all animals, right? Yes, they are. They're all animals. Oh, I'm glad I clarified that. Oh my god.
No one's going back in the VOD and watching all this far. Like even my dad who watches the podcast will get to this part and be like, "What are they talking about?" Just turn it off. There's no way anyone's staying for this part.
Oh mate, I've missed these chats. It's been good. Right, so, where can everyone find you, mate? Tell them.
FOKLZ football, guys. Let's go road to 100k. Woo! Let's go, guys.
Yes, need to. I think I've made 800 subscribers now, so road to 1,000 starts again because I literally have done no.
We get both of them. I 100k, you get 1,000. So guys, we've got mutual thing to go for here, guys.
Yep. And I should be hopefully on TDK Plus live most Thursdays now because I know a lot of people have been pushing for it. So I said, look, I'll be there. Although this week, then I couldn't do it because scheduling conflict for some other people. So hopefully Thursdays and Fridays I'll be on. But break up soon. I will be off work, which means I can do some more videos like I did before. So those of you that are new to the channel, if you're out there and tuning in still, listening to us talking about animals, yeah, it comes in waves. It comes in waves here. Last words, mate.
If the Falcons win, this is a very big shock, and they'll be top 3. It'll be quite cool. That's my last words.
I'm guessing that it's this. Hang on.
If I see that topic called G, oh, here we go. Yeah, that's it. It is, guys.
Well, thanks for tuning in, guys. Hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't, and we will catch you next Friday. Hopefully with some good transfer news.